aren't you coming in?
No, I'll wait in the car and run over my speech.
Yes, sir.
Friends of television land.
Well, howdy there, Miss Jane. Come on in.
Thank you, Ellie. Is your father ready?
Oh, yes, ma'am. He'll be right down. Hey, is Paul sure enough going to be on television?
Oh, indeed he is, along with Mr. Drysdale, Mr. Brewster, and one of the richest oil sheiks in the world.
Don't forget to wave to us, Jed.
All right, Green.
We'll be watching for you on the TV set.
Well, now, don't get your hopes up. They ain't likely to show much of me when they got important folk like that sheik fella. Ain't that right, Miss Jean?
Oh, on the contrary, Mr. Clampett, your meeting with the sheik will be the high point of the telecast.
How come?
It will be the meeting between two oil kings, East and West.
Hey, Uncle Jed. Uncle Jed, we're going to be watching you on television.
Yeah, I know, boy.
Well, when you make your speech, hold this up.
I ain't going to be making no speeches nor holding up no signs. Come on, Miss Jean.
Well, it's almost time to go on the air. Are there any further questions?
I have a question for the sheik. How many wives do you have?
Oh, now,
I have 240. However, now that I am associated in this American oil venture, I hope to be able to afford many more.
How do you feel about that, Mr. Clampett?
Well, with that many wives, a fella could be pretty sure of coming home at night and finding at least one in a good mood.
Please accept this for your wife.
Well, thanks just the same, Mr. Sheik, but I ain't got no wife.
Not even one?
Oh, Mr. Clampett is a widower, Your Highness.
Ah.
Excuse me, gentlemen. 30 seconds we're on the air. Would you mind taking your places?
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much.
Well, John, kind of hold my speech till last.
Speech?
Well, just a few off-the-cuff remarks, but very dynamic. Makes a great climax.
Well,
Mr. Brewster, 10 seconds.
Oh, thank you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Bill Baldwin speaking to you from the boardroom of the OK Oil Company, which is today the scene of a very important news event. The meeting of two oil kings. Mr. J.D. Clampett of Beverly Hills.
Look, there's Uncle Jed.
Looky, Duke, it's Paul on the television.
Wave, Jed, wave.
The ruler of that desert kingdom of Tahir, Sheik Ali bin Abed.
Who's that goomer?
That there's the sheik.
How come he's wearing bedclothes?
Them ain't bedclothes, them sheik's clothes.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, we hope that you've enjoyed this, and now a few words from the distinguished president of the Commerce Bank of Beverly Hills, Mr. Melbourne Drysdale. Mr. Drysdale.
5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, cut.
Friends of television land, as a behind-the-scenes participant in this new oil venture, I've been asked to say a few... Where's everybody going? I haven't even gotten started.
What about my speech? Go right ahead, Mr. Drysdale. I'm listening.
Miss Hathaway, did you see what happened?
Now, Chief, no tears. You don't want your mascara to run.
You looked handsome, Jed. But you forgot to wave.
Well, I remember next time.
What happened to Mr. Drysdale? We never did see him.
Well, it seems...
Uncle Jed!
Paul!
Uncle Jed, a present just come for you from the sheik.
Well, open it up. Let's see what's in it.
Oh, this ain't it. This just come with it.
Yeah, the real present's outside.
Well, fetch it in.
Come on in.
In the Sam Hill.
The man that brought them by said that they were some of the sheik's favorite dancing girls.
Yeah, he wants you to have them for wives.
Why?
Fetch him back, boy. I can't take a present like that.
Oh, wait a minute, Uncle Jed. Well, let's talk about it first. Yeah. Well, at least look them over before you go return.
Stop that! No more hoochie-coochie. No more squirming. Stop that wiggling. right here. Ellie, let's go upstairs and get some clothes for them. I thought I told you to get to the kitchen.
I like it better in here.
Let's get some decent clothes for them girls. You can see plumb through them flimsy things they're wearing.
Yes,
Hey, Uncle Jed, if you're wondering on what to get me for my birthday, well...
Never mind. Now, girls, I couldn't catch up to the fellow that brung you, but don't worry. I'll see you get back to your chic.
You chic. We belong you now.
Oh, no, you don't belong to me.
Hey, Uncle Jed, don't go fighting with your wives right off.
She ain't my wife. Now, I got Mr. Drysdale on the telephone.
You gonna give them to him?
No way.
Well, then can I have them?
Of course not.
Can I have half of them?
Well, what's the matter with you? In this country, you can only have one wife.
Oh, thank you, Uncle Jed.
Now, get Mr. Drysdale on the telephone. I'll see these girls get back to Chic Ahmed.
Chic Ahmed? We not please you, great chic?
Oh, yeah, you're dandy girls, but I ain't no chic.
I can learn you, Uncle Jed.
You just get Mr. Drysdale.
Yes, sir.
Now, girls, I think the best...
We please you.
Hold on. None of that.
Just a second, Mr. Drysdale. Hey, Uncle Jed.
Yeah, I'll take it in the parlor. You keep them in here.
Yes, sir, Uncle Jed.
I thought so. Now you're gonna get it.
Oh, wait a minute, Granny. I'm just doing what Uncle Jed told me.
You think I'm gonna swallow that? You're going to the woodshed.
But, Granny, I'm supposed to...
You're supposed to do what I tell you to do.
Well, no, sir, Mr. Drysdale, I don't want to hurt the Sheik's feelings, but I can't keep this present he gave me. It's a bunch of girls. No, sir, not pearls, girls. It's a real live girl. Now, wait a minute. Hold on, just a... Mr. Drysdale, you can get over here right away and bring Mr. Brewster with you. I don't know what these girls got in mind, but I got a feeling it ain't strictly legal.
Now, let's consider this problem calmly. Above all, we must not offend the Sheik.
I agree. So, what's the solution?
Simple. Jed Clampett keeps the girl. Oh, I don't mean permanently. Just until the Sheik goes home a happy man. Then we split them up. There's a real shortage of domestic help, John. Those girls work for nothing.
You can't be serious.
Listen, this deal can mean millions to my bank.
This deal can mean millions to my oil company, too.
Good. Then we agree.
No, we don't. I think you'd better let me handle this.
I let you handle my television appearance. A $40 makeup job down the drain.
Sorry to keep you waiting, fellas, but I figured I better change into my good clothes if we're going to confab with the Sheik.
Yes, we were just discussing how to handle him.
I'll handle him for you. I'll learn that rascal to run around wearing bedclothes and giving away girls.
Oh, Granny, please. The Sheik cannot be insulted.
Just give me half a chance.
Why don't you go help Ellie Mae change into a nice dress?
She's done changed.
Well, then check on the dancing girl.
I got him locked in my room.
Well, then check on Jethro.
I got him locked in his room.
Hey, you're Chic Ahmed. I seen you on television with my Uncle Jed.
Oh, you must be the nephew of my great and good friend.
Oh, yes, sir.
Please accept a small gift as a token of my esteem.
Well, thank you. It's awfully nice of you, but Ain't you got any more presents like you give my Uncle Jed?
Oh, you mean the dancing girls?
Yeah, that's it. Man, I mean, they got rings, cufflinks, neckties back right off the map.
I'm delighted that my gift has found such favor.
It sure did. Hey, come on in. Boy, would I like to be around your place at Christmas, just to help wrap.
Palace of my brother is very... By the beard of the prophet, what a vision of delight. Never have these eyes beheld such enchanting beauty. Who is this divine enchantress?
Oh, you don't mean my cousin, do you?
Oh, her face is so fair as to confuse the sun. Her hair a cascade of golden moonlight. Her eyes, twin pools of rapture.
Who's he talking about, Jethro?
Dogged if I know.
Oh, I speak of you, princess of the heavens, moon of my delight, oasis of my desire.
Jethro, you better go get Paul and Granny.
You go fetch him. I'm supposed to be locked in my room.
Oh, she flees like a gazelle, and with her goes my heart. Tell me, my son, is she free to reign over my harem?
Huh?
Don't tell me she's wed to another.
Oh, you mean married? Heck no. Uncle Jed's been trying to get her hitched up. There's Granny. Excuse me, Mr. Sheep.
So it's you. If you're looking for them girls, I got them up in my room.
Ah, then you are the keeper of the harem.
I'm the keeper of everything around here.
I would pay any price for the young gazelle that was here a moment ago.
You will?
1,000 pieces of gold, 100 goats, 50 of my swiftest horses.
Sold! I'll catch him for you.
Papa, Sheik's here.
Is he in a good mood?
Oh, he sure is, Mr. Drysdale.
You see, fellas, now let's not blow this deal. Let's send him away happy.
Mr. Drysdale, I cannot keep them girls.
But, Milburn, I handled the oil negotiation with the sheik successfully. I'm sure I can handle this.
Thank you, Mr. Brewster. You do the talking. Now, Ellie, you let them girls out of Granny's room and fetch them down to the parlor when I call you.
Yes, sir, Papa.
Now, wait a minute. What about Granny?
Don't worry about Granny. I just seen her headed for the cement farm.
Jethro! Where are you, honey? Don't be scared. I won't hurt you. Granny's got some good news for you.
You have?
Yes, I have. I've arranged for a little trip for you.
Where to?
That country where the sheik lives.
Hot dog! Thank you, Granny.
I can't do it. I can't do it. You're a terrible aggravation to me, but I still love you.
Huh?
You're my kith and my kin, and I can't sell you, even for 100 goats.
Mr. Clampett has asked me to speak for him, Your Highness, because the magnificence of your gift has left him speechless with gratitude. However, the custom of his country demands that he present you with a gift of equal value. And since he has no such gift, he must return the 4 lovely maidens, even though his heart bleeds with anguish.
Ellie Mae!
Let my brother's heart bleed no longer. He does possess a gift equal to mine.
I do? What's that?
This sparkling gem, this dazzling beauty.
Oh, but Mr. Sheik, this here is my daughter, Ellie Mae.
Sheik Ahmed, surely you're not suggesting that Mr. Clampett trade his daughter for your dancing girls?
Of course not. I will add into the bargain 1,000 pieces of gold, 100 goats, 50 of the swiftest horses.
Hold on.
Sheik Ahmed, this is not a...
Gentlemen, let's hear the man out.
I think you and the girls better wait in the hall. Mr. Sheik, I reckon you do things a mite different where you come from, but my daughter ain't for sale at no price.
You're a shrewd bargainer, Mr. Clampett. But hear me out. I will also give you 200 sheep.
Hear that? Have you fellas priced lamb chops lately? You're fine. Well, he's been wanting to get Ellie Mae married. The Sheik's a good-looking fellow with a little hiring. I'll bet we can get him up to 400 Sheik.
This is better, my friend. Now we can bargain man to man.
Mr. Sheik, I don't think you quite realize what you're asking me to do.
Oh, on the contrary. I've sold many daughters.
What dickens you say?
Yes, but not at the price you are asking me to pay.
Well, Mr. Sheik...
Very well. 200 goats. And my royal camel.
Your royal what?
Camel. You're not acquainted with this remarkable creature? The ship of the desert?
No, sir, but even if you offer me...
Mr. Sheik, I'm afraid the deal is off. I can't sell this boy.
You was wanting to buy Jethro, too?
Oh, no. Only your daughter, Ellie Mae. But I will give you 10 extra goats for the little harem keeper.
100 goats for him and only 10 for me. Bed sheet wearing sand crawler. Let me at him. I'll give him a knuckle sandwich.
Never have I had such difficulty buying a simple little thing like a wife.
You really want my cousin Ellie when you got all them pretty dancing girls?
My son, I would pay any price for your cousin.
Mr. Sheik, let's you and me do a little talking.
John, will you listen to me? I did what you said. I came back to the office and all of a sudden it hit me. The Sheik probably fell for Ellie Mae because she's blonde and American. So we substitute another blonde American girl. But I got one, and she's here now. Come in, Miss Hathaway.
I demand to know the reason for this ridiculous masquerade.
Never mind, forget it. Hello, John. It's back to the drawing board.
The man's a nut.
Mr. Brewster, the Sheik's done run off with Jethro and Ellie.
What?
They's gone, he's gone, and his car is gone. Stand!
Here I am, Granny. What's the trouble?
The Sheik stole your family, that's the trouble. And he didn't even leave as much as one goat to pay for him.
Now, Granny, the Sheik's still here.
He is.
Yeah, I just seen him from my bedroom window. He's down by the cement pond, him and his dancing girl. Could I talk to you for a minute?
Is it real important, Uncle Jed? I'm awful busy.
Jethro.
It's Sheik Jethro. And I'm telling you, this is the life.
Where is Sheik Ahmed? What are you doing here with all this stuff and all these dancing girls?
He gave them to me. It's part of the deal.
What deal?
I sold him Ellie Mae.
You what?
Man, did I drive a bargain. For one old girl cousin, I got all these jewels, these pillows, this pipe, plus a goat, a horse, a royal camel, and 15 dancing girls.
15?
Well, yeah, these is just a down payment.
You girls come along with me. Come on.
Hey, wait a minute, Uncle Jed. Hey, listen. Wait a minute, Uncle Jed, listen. You can pick yourself 4 out of the next batch. Boy, the minute you get a good thing, everybody wants in on it.
Ellie Mae! Oh, where's Sheik Ahmed?
In the trunk yonder. I had to work him out before he'd fetch me back. Now I'm gonna get Jethro.
Sheik Ahmed! Mr. Brewster, please. You may have all my oil. You may have anything, but free me from the clutches of that American wildcat.
You're safe. She's gone, Sheik.
Hold on, Mr. Sheik. Here's your girls back.
Bilage!
ماذا بك ما في الجن الملكي؟
How to inch?
Stuff to you. Bye.
Good riddance, Jed. Remember that fancy livestock he promised you?
Yeah?
Miserable.
How do you know?
Take a look. Ain't that the saddest looking horse you ever seen?
Pitiful. Pitiful.
I told Jethro to do that.
I know you did, Granny, but
Touch me a hickory stick, I'll learn him to shirk his chores.
Granny, he done all the other work you give him.
Then I'll give him some more. Where is he?
Well, he was feeling kind of restless, so he took a little trip into town.
Well, when he gets back, he's going to take a little trip to the woodshed.
Now, Granny, it ain't that bad. If a little drive down to the drugstore will get the birds out of his britches, what's the harm?
Because he's turning into a drugstore dude, that's the harm. Laid in bed till 6 o'clock this morning.
I don't hardly think that makes him a drugstore dude.
Hanging around the drugstore does. What's he want there anyway?
Well, just between us, I think he's hoping to meet up with some members of the opposite sex.
Jethro, he don't even know what sex he's opposite.
Now, Granny, a boy has got to do a certain amount of girl watching. Once he gets it out of his system, he's ready to come back and pitch in.
Who's that?
I don't know, but he sure is in an awful hurry.
It's Jethro.
Ain't she a beauty? Wait till the girls see me driving around in this.
Where'd you get it?
I got it at what you call a used car lot. Salesman says it's a real girl trap.
What'd you do with the truck?
I traded it for this.
What? You traded your ma's fine big truck for this little squash down thing?
Uncle Jed, this here is a $7,000 imported sports car.
How much I give you to boot?
Give me nothing. I owe them $7,000.
With the truck?
Well, heck no, I forgot. With the truck, I owe them $7,025.
Jethro, you take this thing back where you got it and fetch home the truck.
Oh, Uncle Jed, girls don't go for that truck. But with this baby, I can get me some action.
You get out to the woodshed. I'll give you some action. Get out.
Granny, I need some swinging action. I want to be where things are jumping.
Don't you worry. I'll be swinging and you'll be jumping. Now get.
Boy, you better get underway before you and the truck both gets hauled away.
Oh, gee. Y'all treat me like I'm a kid. I'm a graduate of the 6th grade.
Here's what too much education has done. Back in city living.
Now, Granny.
What he needs is work. Work and more work. Chores from sun up till sundown. That'll keep his mind off the girls.
Excuse me, Chief. Here are your files on the Mammoth Picture Studios.
What for?
Why, you're meeting with Mr. Chapman.
I don't need those. All I'm going to do is fire him.
Why?
2 months ago, he brought an actress over here from Sweden and put her under contract for $10,000 a week.
Oh, yes, Ulla Bergström.
I found out she'd never made a movie in her life.
No, but she was the sensation of Europe in Chekhov's play The Cherry Orchard, and she's done some other fabulous things.
Well, she's doing one right now, sitting up there at the studio, collecting $10,000 a week for nothing.
Well, Chief, it's her first picture, and they just haven't been able to find the right script for her.
Well, I've got it right here. It's called A One-Way Ticket to Sweden.
On a tanker?
We're through squandering money on that Swedish meatball. 8 weeks at $10,000 a week. Oh, wait till I get my hands on Chapman.
Chief, he's making movies, not packing crates. He's dealing with sensitive, creative artists. You can't turn out dreams on an assembly line.
Only it's time someone started running a movie business like a business.
Miss Hathaway?
Oh, come here, Mr. Chapman, and sit down.
Stay on your feet. This won't take long. Now, I understand you've had trouble finding something for your Swedish star to do.
That's right.
Well, I've come up with something that's perfect. It has travel, adventure.
Sounds like just a ticket.
Exactly. Now,
No, wait. You can tell her about it yourself. I brought her along. Come in, Miss Bergström.
Bergstrom, Miss Hathaway.
How do you do?
And here's the real boss of the studio, our banker, Mr. Milburn Drysdale.
Mr. Drysdale, it's a great pleasure. I've heard such wonderful things about you.
Mr. Drysdale has an idea for you.
You have?
Forget it. It's terrible. But don't you worry. We'll have something just right for you, no matter how long it takes.
Mr. Chapman is about ready to send me back to Sweden.
What?
8 weeks at $10,000 a week.
Larry, we're making movies, not packing crates. We're dealing with sensitive, creative artists. You can't turn our dreams on an assembly line.
That was beautiful.
Well, it just happens to be the way I feel. Now get busy and find something worthy of her talent.
There's a part I'd love to play, but Mr. Chapman does not think I should attempt it.
Oh, why not?
Well, it's a part of a poor sharecropper's daughter. She'd have to talk with a backwoods accent.
I can do it. I know I can. Oh, it's a real challenge. Please give me the chance.
What's the problem, Chapman?
I speak to you alone. Excuse us for a moment.
Make that half a moment.
Mr. Drysdale, she's from the European School of Realism. She wants to go to the backwoods to learn the authentic accent and mannerisms before we start the picture. So that could take another 3 months. And at $10,000 a week. Think it over.
Chief, I couldn't help it over here. May I offer a possible solution?
There isn't any.
But there is. Miss Bergstrom could stay with the Clampetts and learn the backwoods accent and mannerisms while she's filming the picture.
Yeah. Remind me to talk to you later about a raise. Well, I've solved the problem.
You have?
Yes, I figured out a way you can play the part without delaying the picture 1 day.
Oh.
You're a genius.
Oh, no, I'm not.
Oh, yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
But you are.
No.
Milburn, you really are.
Let her talk me into it.
Wait till you see the chores that Granny's got for you to do.
Oh, yeah? Well, you can tell Granny I'm running off to join the French Foreign Legion.
What's the French Foreign Legion?
That's where you go to forget a woman.
What woman do you want to forget?
Granny.
How come it makes you forget?
Because you're out in the middle of the desert, fighting and marching and getting tromped on by camels, and dying of thirst in the burning sand whilst the sun scorches you to a cinder.
Why come you'd want to go to a place like that?
Like I told you, to join the French Foreign Legion.
It sounds awful.
Ellie, I don't make the weather in France. Dumb old girl. Ellie, was that Jethro we heard?
Well, yes, sir, Paul.
Where is he? I got some chores wrote down for him.
Well, he says he ain't gonna do no more chores, Granny. Says he's running off.
What? Cut me a hickory stick. I'm gonna smoke his house
Now,
or kill him.
Granny, we don't want to be in the midst of a family ruckus just when that poor little Bergstrom girl gets here.
Well, is she just awful poor, Paul?
Well, I kind of figure she must be, Ellie. Otherwise, Mr. Drysdale wouldn't ask us to put her up.
I wonder why he ain't putting her up at his place.
Well, probably because we've been through just what she's facing, being strangers in Beverly Hills.
And that's a miserable feeling.
Even worse for her. She's from a foreign nation.
A place called Sweden.
This is how backwoods people live in your country.
Well, no. The Clampetts happen to strike oil. But they haven't lost the speech and mannerisms of the hills.
And here I can learn to play the part of a sharecropper's daughter.
Yes, all you have to do is watch Ellie Mae.
Mr. Drysdale, how long do you think I'll be staying here?
Just long enough to pick up their way of speaking. Did you bring your tape recorder?
It's in my...
Doggy, this must be the little Bergstrom girl.
I wouldn't call her little, but she's pretty as a mess of hog jaws.
Welcome as a new catalog.
Miss Ula Bergstrom. This is Granny and Mr. Clampett.
Howdy.
Oh, and Ellie Mae.
Oh, howdy. My, you sure are a tall drink of water.
Where's Jethro?
Oh, he's packing up to run away from home. Here's Elmer. You can have him wash his hair.
Come in. I got a mess of grits and sourdough on the stove.
Mr. Drysdale, I've decided to think this over some more.
Wait, you want the part, don't you?
You know I do, but...
Don't worry. You'll love the Clampetts. They're wonderful people. You can trust me. I'm a genius.
Now, she'll be staying in with you, Ellie. Make sure that there's no critters in her bed.
Yes, indeed.
You know, Mr. Clampett, I didn't get to tell you much about Miss Bergstrom on the phone.
Well, now, you just leave the getting acquainted to us, Mr. Drysdale. I reckon we know how to make her feel at home, huh, Granny?
We've bedded down a passel of strangers in our day. Ain't had no complaints yet.
I know, but
Now, you get back to the bank and stop worrying about Miss Bergstrom. We'll treat her so many ways, she's bound to like one of them.
Are you hungry?
I'm not actually. I'd like to freshen up a bit.
Would you like to take a dip in the cement pond?
Cement pond?
Ain't you never seen one of them?
No, I don't think so.
Sorry to be so long, Miss Sula, but I had to get Ralph out of your bed.
What?
Oh, he's just a little old gray squirrel. But he's getting a little nearsighted. Just don't stick your toes out from under the covers at night.
Well, let's get the young lady settled in. Excuse me, ma'am, but what kind of hide is this?
Alligator.
I kind of thought that's what it was, but I didn't want to say nothing.
That's gator, all right.
That doggies, I'd have to be awful hard up to tote a suitcase made out of gator skin.
Everything she has is made out of it, even her shoes.
That Sweden must be crawling with them varmints.
She's had a hard life, Jed.
My doggies, it'll be a pleasure to see her face when she ties into her first possum.
Bob, Jed, I'm running away from home.
Yeah, that's what Ellie was telling us. All packed, I see.
My clothes is. Now I'm going to pack me some lunch.
Pa, we's going swimming in the cement pond.
Fine, Ellie. Oh, say goodbye to your cousin before he runs off.
Goodbye, cousin. See you when you get back.
I ain't coming back. This is goodbye forever.
Okay. Bye forever. Bye, Lola.
Coming, Ellie.
Jed? Who was that?
Oh, ain't you met her? That's the girl that's moving in with us.
Moving in?
That's right.
Here?
That's right.
Into this house? Yeah!
What's all this nonsense about you running away from home?
Not me, Granny. No, ma'am, no. Never.
Well, that's better. Now, do you want to get out to the cement pond and saw me some firewood?
Yes, ma'am, that's what I want to do right now. I sure do. You bet. Yes,
See that, Jed? One look at this hickory persuader, and he changed his mind.
All he needed was one good look.
Got it!
Jethro, you better stop sewing for a while.
Reckon I'm gonna have to. I've done run out of benches. I've run out of saws, too.
You certainly are strong, Jethro.
No stronger than your average mule.
Go right through those marble benches. I bet you could saw through anything.
Shucks, heck, fire. Tarnation.
Wait. Let me get my tape recorder.
Oh, how do you want me to saw it? Straight across or down the middle?
Wait. You don't have to sew through the tape recorder.
Oh, I can do it.
I'm sure you can. I can see you're very strong.
You know something? Smarter than I am strong.
Are you?
Yes, ma'am. I'll cipher something for you. Let's see.
Let's go for a swim, shall we?
Okay. Hold in. A cipher for you once I'm swimming. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4.
Well, did you have a good swim?
Well, just laughing, Paul.
How about you, Miss Ula?
Just larrapin.
Good.
And Jethro saw up all the wood I told him to.
Wore out 3 saws. Now he's fixing all the marble benches.
Didn't even have to tell him to do that.
Come on, Ula.
Well, just a minute, Ellie. Granny and me want to have a little talk with Miss Ula. She'll be along directly.
Well, yes, sir, Paul. See you in a bit, Ula.
Well, sit down.
Would you like a cup of coffee?
Thank you.
Well, tell me, Miss Ula, how long you been in this country?
2 months.
What you been doing all that time?
Not a thing. Just sitting around. And I'm so anxious to go to work.
What kind of work do you want to do, honey?
Act in the movies.
You want to be a movie star?
Well, I hope to be. That's why I came to Hollywood.
Uh-huh. Well, you ever acted in the movies before?
Not yet. But I know I can do it.
What did you do before you left Sweden?
I was working in the cherry orchard in Stockholm.
Cherry orchard, huh?
I was in it for 18 months.
Well, you must have been pretty good. You ever think of doing that over here?
Oh, please. It seems like I spent my life in the cherry orchard. Before Stockholm, I went from one end of Europe to the other doing the same thing.
Of course, when you're good at something.
No, thank you. I came here to be in the movies, and with your help, I know I can do it.
Well, we'll do everything we can. Of course, it's a big jump from cherry orchard to movie studio.
I see it as a challenge. I'm going to show Hollywood that a Swedish girl can be a sharecropper's daughter and make good.
Sharecropper's daughter?
Well, we know she was hard up. But now I see how she could eat so poor and yet look so good.
What you mean?
Well, she probably got all the cherries she could eat.
Miss Ula forgot her pocketbook.
Where's Uncle Jed? Where is that sweet woman?
I'm right here, boy. I got plenty more for you to do. First off, take this to Miss Bergstrom. And then you can wash the windows.
Yeehaw!
You see how happy and contented he is when he has lots of chores to do?
I never seen him so happy to wash the windows.
And after that, I'm going to have him sharpen all of my kitchen knives.
Granny, I got a notion.
What you mean?
I'm going to call up Mr. Chaplin over to my movie studio and ask him to drop over and take a look at Miss Ula.
You mean you think...
I grant you it's 1,000,000 to 1 chance, but stranger things have happened.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, yes, ma'am.
Would you do me a favor?
Anything, Miss Ula, anything. I'd climb the highest river or swim the deepest mountain.
All I want you to do is help me with this movie script.
Well, yeah, what do you want me to do? Produce it or direct it?
No. I just want you to read this line for me. It's right here.
Okay. I have got a powerful hankering for you, mister. Can't you read?
Yes. Now say the line without reading it.
Okay. I have got a powerful hankering for you, mister.
Just a moment. Let me get my tape recorder.
He's had time to sharpen 24 knives and a barn full of tools by now.
I have got a powerful hankering for you, mister.
Say it again.
I got a powerful hankering for you, mister.
I told Jed that boy didn't know what sex he was opposite.
Hey, boy, how you doing with Granny's knives, did you? Uh-oh. Looks like you wasn't paying attention.
Oh, yes, I was. I never took my eyes off of her.
Well, I can't say as I blame you. But you better get down to the hardware store, quick.
Oh, yes, sir.
Where was Jethro going in such a hurry?
To the hardware store. Catch him and you can ride along.
Just a minute, Mr. Chapman. You see that little girl sitting over yonder?
Oh, yes, sir?
Well, she is a sharecropper's daughter out of Sweden. Her name is Ulla Bergström. And I'd consider it a big favor if you was to put her in the movie.
What?
Just any little thing to get her started. I'll see that you get a raise.
But that girl... A raise?
Dandy big one. How about it?
It's a deal. Miss Bergstrom, my name is Chapman. Come along with me.
Where are we going?
To the studio. You're going to be in the movies.
That's all right, Mr. Woolley. You go along with him. Make us proud of you now.
She will.
But, Mr. Chapman, I don't understand. What is going on?
Jed, where's Miss Ulla going?
She's going to the studio to be in movies.
That's sweet of you, Jed. I hope she gets to be a star.
Me too, Granny, but just in case, let's plant us a cherry orchard out back.
Now, Granny, I realize that back home you are considered a doctor. But this is Beverly Hills. And you are not allowed to practice medicine here in Beverly Hills. Especially the way you practice it. Cutting off a person's hair and burying it in the ground overnight to cast a spell on his sickness. Now, Granny, this is it. No more doctoring. How's that?
Very good, Chief. Very good indeed. That should stop, Granny.
Fine. Now get up there and tell her.
A square dance? At this hour of the morning?
Howdy there, Miss Hathaway. Come in.
Howdy, Miss Hathaway.
Look who's come out here to help us celebrate the holidays.
Holiday? What holiday?
What holiday?
It's Possum Day.
Remember now?
Of course she does.
Anybody who disremembers ought to be stood up against the wall and shot.
Granny, it just slipped her mind for a minute. It'd come back to her when she got downtown seeing the parade.
Sure it would.
Boy, I can't wait to see that parade.
What time did they hold the Possum Day parade out here?
Hey, I got a swell idea. We can watch it from Mr. Drysdale's office at the bank.
Yeah, it looks right down on the main street.
You get a good look at the possum jugglers.
Possum jugglers?
Yeah, that's the fellow. We got a good one back home. He can juggle 3 live possums in the air at the same time, whilst the 4th sits on his head and waves a little flag.
How about it, Miss Jane? Can we watch the Possum Day parade from Mr. Drysdale's window?
Oh, well, I'm afraid not.
Of course not. What's the matter with me? They wouldn't have them banks open on Possum Day.
Well, we could just leave early and get good places, couldn't we, Miss Jane?
And until then, we're going to have us a hoedown. Come on, Miss Jane.
I'm afraid I haven't time now. You see, I really came to deliver a message for Granny.
Who from?
Mr. Drysdale.
I reckon he wants to thank you for curing him of his sickness.
Well, it did take a heap out of me, Jed, throwing them spells. What's the message?
Well, Mr. Drysdale says to tell you...
Yes? Well...
He says, Happy Possum Day!
Roy, will you relax? What are you complaining about? She whacked off my hair, too, didn't she? But I am a doctor. You have any idea what I've been going through this morning? The lawnmower? Now remember your Hippocratic oath? I have a few oaths for you that Hippocrates never even heard of. If word gets out that my hair was snipped off, buried by a little hillbilly witch doctor to cast a spell on my sickness, you think I'd have one patient left? Yes, I see what you mean. They'll all be going to her. Drysdale, I am going to the state medical board, and when they get through with that little woman, she won't be able to prescribe an aspirin for her own headache. Oh, Roy, will you relax? I've already taken care of that. You have? My exact words you heard this morning, this very morning, I said, Granny, this is it. No more doctoring. And what did she say? Well, I won't know till my secretary gets back.
You sent your secretary to tell her that?
Well, she's much more persuasive than I am. She knows how to handle them.
So do I.
Roy!
Dr. Clyburn to you.
Doctor, I appeal to you as a poor, helpless patient.
You don't even appeal to me as a rich, helpless patient.
If you make trouble for the Clampetts, I'll be facing major surgery.
What major surgery?
The removal of $35 million from my bank. Without an anesthetic. Here she is. Tell the doctor you gave Granny my message. No more doctoring, and she agreed. Well, you heard her. Now get back to your office and forget the whole thing.
I want to hear exactly what you said to Granny and what Granny said to you.
Well, upon my arrival at the Clampett mansion, imagine my surprise to find them arrayed in their Sunday finery and having a square dance. "Look who's here to help us celebrate the holiday," exclaimed Mr. Clampett, happily. "What holiday?" I inquired, innocently. "Possum Day," he replied, earnestly. "Well, you..."
Never mind the Tom Swift dialogue. Did you tell Granny to stop practicing medicine?
Well, not in those words, no.
No, she said it in much stronger language.
Tell me. And without the adverbs, please. I am a busy man. I still have a medical practice, as long as I keep my hat on.
Now, what happened?
Chief, are you going to allow him to treat me this way?
No, I'll do it. Now, what happened?
Well, they kept asking if they could watch the Possum Day parade from your window here.
That does it.
Doc, listen.
You listen. That little woman is a menace to the health of this community. She is going to celebrate Possum Day in the clink. Possum Day? Dr. Clyburn. Doc. Roy, boy. You are constricting my brachial artery with your hemostatic grasp.
What?
Get your cotton-picking meat hooks off my arm.
Look, I'll go see the Clampetts. I'll talk to Granny. I'll give her the message myself. I'll give her an ultimatum.
I'll give you 1 hour.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
You are constricting my dorsal metacarpals. What all you got in here, Granny?
Oh, just a few victuals to nibble at the parade.
Any baked possum?
Of course not. Don't you listen to him, Winder.
Jethro, you know it's getting low to eat possum on Possum Day.
Oh, I was only spoofing, Uncle Jed.
You know, maybe we don't need this little ladder at all. Find a good place to park the truck and we could watch the whole parade right from the truck.
I got a dandy place to park.
Whereabouts, Jethro?
Right smack dab in front of Mr. Drysdale's bank.
Sure that's all right?
Well, sure, Uncle Jed. A policeman, he gave me a ticket and said it was for parking there.
Doggies, that was mighty friendly of you.
I hope you thanked him properly.
Sure did, Granny. Why, he said he was just giving me a $5 ticket this time, but next time he's going to give me a $10 ticket.
Always remember that, Jethro. Folks appreciate politeness, especially in a young'un. Well, I reckon that's everything. Come on, let's get going.
Oh, I'm so excited. This is the first time we ever watched a Possum Day parade in Beverly Hills.
Yeah, I reckon they do it up proper out here.
Oh, hey, Uncle Jed, shouldn't we bring along old Duke?
I don't reckon that'd be such a good idea. What do you think, Granny?
I don't think so. The way he's been eyeing old Wendell here.
It's Miss Jane and Mr. Drysdale.
I reckon they's going to join us for the parade.
Wait! Wait!
Oh, thank goodness we caught you.
Get in.
Where are you going?
We're gonna watch the Possum Day parade from your bank.
Well, I'm afraid there's not...
Granny, Mr. Drysdale has something very important to discuss with you.
Well, can he wait till after the parade?
Yeah, we don't want to miss the possum juggler.
That's the best part of the parade.
But there isn't going to be...
I believe the medical crisis can't wait, not even for 1 hour.
Oh, yes. Granny, may I speak to you alone?
Oh, yes, you go on inside. I'll be right in. It's Doctor, and he wants to talk to me about Edith.
That's right, Granny.
No wonder he didn't want to talk out here.
We ain't gonna be late for the parade, are we?
No, Ellie.
But the morning's going fast.
In all the history of Beverly Hills, there has never been a Possum Day parade in the morning.
That's the trouble.
Granny, I don't know exactly how to say this. I hope you won't be upset.
Now, when you've been a doctor as long as I have, there's nothing you haven't heard. Say, pet does look a little raggedy, doesn't it? You better come on out and let me whip you up a poultice for your head.
No, please. No more medicine, especially not today.
Mr. Drysdale, a doctor's duty never stops. Even on Possum Day.
Granny, that's what I'm here to talk to you about. You see, cutting off a person's hair and burying it in the ground to cast a spell is not the approved method of practicing medicine here in Beverly Hills.
I don't like it myself, but not having the proper medicine, I had to make do with old-timey ways. But I got enough for a poultice for you.
No, Granny, I'm sorry.
You'd like to have your hair back, wouldn't you?
Well, not after it's been in the ground overnight, no.
I mean to grow back.
Oh, it will. It'll probably take a month or so.
Not if I make you one of my hair-growing poultices.
Granny, that's what I'm trying to tell you. You cannot do that anymore. Not out here.
I can't, huh? Jed! Come in here!
Oh, please, don't go back home. Don't leave Beverly Hills. We'll work out something. Yes, Granny.
Remember I whacked off Jed's hair clear across the back there?
Yes?
Show him what my hair-growing poultice did for you, Jed.
It's a mite ragged. It ain't been trimmed yet.
Why, that's impossible. You can't grow hair like that overnight. Ow! It's real. It's actually growing right out of his scalp.
That's what Granny's poultice does. It just draws the hair right up through your hide.
Kept yours on a mite too long, didn't you, Jed?
I hadn't ought to slept in it.
Mayor, Your Honor, it doesn't have to be a big parade. No, just a high school band, a few horses, a few banners. My secretary's looking for a possum juggler. He's a possum juggler. Yeah, he juggles 3 live possums the same as... Hello?
Oh, Dr. Clyburn, what a pleasant surprise.
What's that?
Oh, muscle spasm. That's what I meant by pleasant surprise. I was afraid I'd have to hobble all the way to your office.
Don't do that. It might get worse. Here, let me see your foot.
Oh.
Don't do that.
Oh, but Dr. Clyburn, I assure you, Mr. Drysdale is not in. See? Told you. Not here.
I wish I could stay out of my office. Have you any idea how it destroys the confidence of a patient to be examined by a doctor who keeps his hat on? Patient gets the feeling things aren't going well. The doctor's ready to skip out of town.
Well, Dr. Clyburn, everyone knows you're the finest doctor in Beverly Hills.
Now, don't try flattery on me. Now, what about Granny?
Oh, that wasn't flattery.
I didn't say it was. I just said don't try it. Now, what about Granny? Did Milburn speak to her?
Absolutely. I drove him there myself.
Did he lay down the law? Tell her no more doctoring? Or did he chicken out as usual?
Oh, Mr. Drysdale is not one to chicken out. He has an excellent war record.
Yes, I've heard it.
I resent that, Clyburn. I'll have you know I was decorated.
Yes, and I see you're still wearing it. Is that?
What? Oh, this. Well, my head was cold.
I presume that's why you were hiding under the desk?
As a matter of fact, it is. Now, I'm busy. Get going.
What about Granny?
I took care of Granny.
I want the truth.
What shall I do, swear in my honor as a banker?
No, I want the truth.
You don't have to worry about Granny. Now, go back to your own office. I'm busy.
Well, I am running late. But if I hear as much as one rumor about Granny...
Oh, howdy there. Hey, they's both here, Granny.
Ain't this a stroke of luck? First we find the bank open so we can watch the parade from the window, and now here's Mr. Clyburn. I'm going to send your hair-growing poultice over by Miss Jane.
Hair-growing poultice?
Say, yours is coming along just fine. I made yours a mite looser because I didn't know just when you were going to use it.
So you're still making medicine?
I'm a doctor, ain't I?
Better run along, Roy. Your patients are waiting.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. This is much more important.
You heard him. Poultice him, Jethro.
Yeah, Granny.
Please, wait. No.
Better fetch a towel or that man's gonna have an awful hairy forehead.
Granny, how many of my critters can I take back home with me?
None that you didn't bring with you. I don't want nothing around that's gonna remind me of this miserable place.
Well, how about my skunk? He won't take up no room.
Leave him here.
Well, he might get kind of lonesome. They ain't got many skunks in Beverly Hills.
There's plenty of the two-legged kind. Like that ungrateful, good-for-nothing Clyburn feller.
Say, Granny, it's coming on for nightfall. What you say we all get a good night's sleep and we start out for home first thing in the morning?
I ain't spending one more night in this Beverly Hills, and that's that. I'm going back home, where folks appreciate you doctoring them back to health and poultice hair on their heads.
That Clyburn fella was plumb ungrateful, was he?
Downright nasty. Why, he's claiming that he wasn't even sick when he came here yesterday. He says that Jethro put him to bed against his will. Why, he's even claiming that he's Mr. Drysdale's doctor.
You don't say.
I cured them both. Now he's wanting all the credit.
Granny, let him have the credit.
It ain't that, Jed. But it's the meanness of the man. Why, he yanked my poultice off his head and throwed it out the window. Then he poked his finger in my face, and he says he's gonna get after me with a doctor's board.
What's a doctor's board?
I don't know. But it must be big. He says 4 doctors sat on it. That's when Jethro came in. Right, Jethro?
Yes, sir, Uncle Jed. I said, you take a board to my granny, and I'll bust it over your head. I don't care how many doctors is sitting on it.
Well, I reckon you was considerable provoked to see that. I was pretty provoked myself waiting outside.
Why, what happened to you?
Well, as you know, this policeman give Jethro here a ticket for parking in front of the bank.
A $5 ticket.
Well, when a policeman come by and tried to give me another ticket, I said, no, thank you, we already got one. It's all the same to you, I'll take the money. Well, he commenced to mean-mouthing me, and I said, now, hold on there. If that's the way you're going to be, we won't take your money or your ticket.
What did he say to that?
He asked me if I want to come down to the station with him, and I said, no, I don't want to miss the Possum Day parade.
Well, what did he say to that?
He said there wasn't no Possum Day.
No Possum Day?
That's what he said.
These folks don't appreciate nothing out here. Jethro, you call Mr. Drysdale at his bank, and you tell him to send over your Uncle Jed's $35 million right away. We want to take it with us.
But Granny, $35 million in cash. You can't possibly. You want it in what? Nickels, dimes, and quarters. Hello? Granny? Hello?
Well, the Possum Day parade's all arranged. First thing tomorrow morning. Let's see, we're going to have an elephant.
Too late, Chief. The Clampetts are leaving.
No.
Tonight.
No.
And taking their money.
No.
Thought I'd drop by on my way to the medical board. They'll have my report in case Granny tries to practice medicine again.
How many doctors did you say were on that board?
4, all top men.
Well, you're going to need all 4.
Oh, Chief, remember you're a bank president. Allow me to hit him.
What's the matter with you two? Look, Milburn, aren't you content just to look like an idiot? You have to act like one, too. And will you take off that silly-looking baby bonnet? Hair.
Chief, you've got hair.
Hair where?
Of all places, on your head.
Granny's poultice.
It works.
Look who has hair.
And who has
It is a medical impossibility to so stimulate the cranial integument as to produce in a few short hours more than a microscopic filamentous outgrowth of modified epidermic tissue known as hair. She did it. That little hillbilly witch doctor did it.
Grab your coat and get your hat. There's still time to stop them.
I won't do it in that stack.
Please, Granny, I need my hair. You can't refuse me. You're my doctor.
Hey, Granny, guess what? They do have Possum Day out here. They just celebrate one day later than we do.
Yeah, and they're going to have a parade tomorrow morning.
And Mr. Drysdale and Miss Jane say we can all be in it.
And them too.
We might even let him in it.
I played bass drum in the Harvard band.
I was once a drum majorette.
It would be a bit of a shame to have him march in the Possum Day parade looking like that.
Yes, it would. It would.
All right. I'll make you a poultice and you can sleep in it tonight.
Thank you.
Dandy parade, ain't it, Granny?
All except the possum juggler, sorriest I ever seen.
Well, she's doing the best she can.
I bet you by next Possum Day she'll be good enough to lead the parade.
I got my best Sunday go-to-meeting outfit in there, and I don't want it falling off on the way home.
Don't worry, Granny.
Uncle Jed, how can one outfit weigh so doggone much?
It ain't the outfit, it's the 70 pounds of mothballs.
Now, hurry up and load the other stuff. Let's get going.
But, Granny, we's going to get home in plenty of time for the Possum Festival.
I got campaigning to do, speeches to make, votes to get.
Get through? Let's show Granny the sign you made for her.
Yes, sir.
My dingies! That's a Jim Dandy.
It sure is, and we're going to put it on the side of the truck quick as we get to Sibley.
Wait a minute. Here comes Miss Drysdale. I want her to see it. She thinks she's so all-fired high and mighty in her big limousine.
Well, Granny, the woman is doing us a mighty neighborly turn, offering to move in and take care of the place whilst we's gone.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Never mind, you just be pleasant.
All right. But I still want her to see my son.
I'll take that, young fella.
Well, Mr. Clampett, here's your housekeeper all ready to go to work.
Yeah, well, it sure is uncommon kind of you, and we's all mighty grateful, especially Granny. Granny, come say howdy to Miss Drysdale.
Be right there, just checking something. Fine boy.
Congratulations, Granny. I see you're running for Possum Queen.
Where'd you see that? Oh, the sign. Well, it was kind of forced on me. But it's a great honor if I win.
Being Possum Queen is about the highest honor that can come to a woman.
Last year it was Lady Bird.
Lady Bird?
Lady Bird Hacklemeyer. She's the one that always takes first prize with her doilies at the county fair.
That one.
You know another Lady Bird Hacklemeyer?
No. Can I help you load up?
Oh, no. We can take care of that. You'd best talk to Ellie Mae about taking care of her critters.
Oh, yes. Yes. That's something I'm looking forward to, caring for all those darling little animals.
Now, Duke, you're the oldest, so you'll be in charge while we's gone. Hiram, He's the biggest, so you'll be Duke's right-hand doll. Arnie, you keep your eye on all of them, because you're the smartest. And now remember, everybody, come Possum Day, Wendell is king.
You reckon this is enough lunch, Jed?
Yeah, Granny, that ought to be enough to get us plumb home.
Anything else to load?
Yeah, boy, put this in the truck.
Oh, yes, sir. What is it?
Lunch.
Hot dogs. Didn't you pack nothing for the rest of you?
Granny, look at there. Miss Drysdale's treating Ellie's critters like they owed her money.
I still say we's gonna find her sugar is mostly sand.
You've been grousing for 3 years because Miss Drysdale ain't a good neighbor. Now she's trying to be one, and you're still pecking at her.
Jed, I've heard of sweet milk turning sour, but never the other way round.
Ellie says she'll meet you on the truck around front. Now, have a wonderful trip and enjoy the festival.
Too bad you don't have one here.
Yeah, we wouldn't have to go if Beverly Hills wasn't so backward.
There we are, and you wouldn't want to miss the honor of being queen.
It ain't just the honor. Why, there's a fortune in prizes. Starting with the weighing-in ceremony.
First off, the queen gets her weight in possum.
How exciting.
And all. Then comes the letting out ceremony.
Possum Day, all the prisoners gets let out of jail.
And from then on, it's just one big to-do after another.
Mule shoeing contest?
Blood wrestling and rock throwing.
Crawdad eating contest?
Prizes for the longest hair and the biggest feet.
Keep talking like that, and Miss Drysdale hop right on, go with us. Ain't that right, Miss Drysdale?
It is tempting, but my plans are all made to stay here and look after your house.
Sure you won't mind all that work?
Not at all. With Milburn out of town, it'll give me something to do.
My dog is Miss Drysdale. You've turned into such a fine neighbor, it seems a shame to be leaving.
Now, Jed, you got the next possum queen sitting here.
That's right. Well, thank you, ma'am. Let it roll, Jethro.
See you in a couple of weeks.
Stay as long as you like.
So, when I got a chance to fly back with Pendleton in his private plane, I figured why stay till Saturday. I'm saving airline fare, hotel bills, meals, taxis. Comes to a bundle.
Good, sound economic thinking, Chief.
Well, it isn't just that. I'm a sentimental so-and-so. I had to get back to my loved ones.
How sweet.
Yes, sir. When we get to the bank, I'm going into that vault and fondle every bill.
For a foolish moment there, I thought you were talking about your family.
Oh, I called Margaret from the airport. She was next door helping the neighbors pack up to leave.
I thought the Bensons were in Europe.
They are.
The clock! Step on it!
I couldn't trust that woman. Start collecting up these songs.
Well, welcome. You're the first customer. But Melbourne!
Oh, no, you don't.
You're supposed to be in Chicago.
Never mind Chicago. What do you think you're doing? Where are the Clampetts? What have you done with them? Why are you selling this house?
I'm not going to talk to you until you stop shouting at me.
Okay. I'm not shouting now. Talk to me.
That's better. Well, how are things in Chicago? Did you see Aunt Beatrice?
Not that kind of talk! I want to know about the Clampetts!
You're shouting again.
Chief, there's a truck here from the animal shelter. Your wife told them to pick up all of Ellie's pets.
You what?
Still shouting.
All right, Milburn, all right. I'll talk.
Okay, let's have it. Where are the Clampetts?
On their way back to the hills, and good riddance.
Quick, Miss Hathaway, we've got to catch them.
Wait! What about me?
Yeah, mister, you got the key.
Oh, yeah. Here. Drive her through the middle of town and let her out in front of her beauty shop.
Chief, it would be sheer folly to go dashing about in every road to the east. But if we organize an intelligence search...
All right. Alert the highway patrol, missing persons, the FBI. And I went roadblocks at the state line. And have a helicopter standing by for me on the roof.
Hey, Mr. Drysdale.
Be with you in a minute. And let's get some planes in the air. Have them fly over every...
Oh, it's you. You're here. Oh.
We just thought we'd come down and say goodbye to Miss Jane, but then we heard she was down at the airport fetching you, so we thought we'd wait and say goodbye. Excuse me, Mr. Drysdale, but you're cutting off my wind.
It's just that I'm so glad to see you.
Well, you've seen us, so goodbye.
No, wait. Why are you going home?
For the Possum Festival.
You ain't forgot it's coming on for Possum Day, have you?
Of course not. Well, you can celebrate it right here.
We tried that last year.
It ain't much fun when you're the only one celebrating.
We drove all over town yelling, Happy Possum Day.
Folks looked at us like we was hanging off our hinges.
This year, we's going back home where they have a real festival.
Bye.
Wait. Well, I guess I'm going to have to tell you the big secret.
Well, what is it?
Beverly Hills is planning the biggest festival in the history of Possum Day.
She?
Oh, I know. It's supposed to be a surprise, but I can't let them go home and miss it.
Well, tell us about it.
Step in my office.
Chief, I am certain that Beverly Hills Possum Festival cannot be nearly as good as the one they have back home.
Oh, nonsense. She's just modest because she's in charge of the arrangements.
Doggy, she is modest, ain't she?
Miss Jane, you're gonna have to go some to beat that big blowout back in Sibley.
He can do it.
You gonna have a big parade?
Gigantic, colossal.
Crawdad eating contest.
Of course. Jethro usually walks away with that. That and the big feet contest.
How about rock slinging and mud wrestling?
That's Ellie Mae's specialty.
Well, you have Miss Hathaway's word. Her Possum Festival is going to be just like the one back home, only bigger and better.
What do you say, Granny?
I say let's go back home to Sibley.
Why?
'Cause back there I got a good chance of being Possum Queen.
You can be Possum Queen right here.
I can't win an election in Beverly Hills.
Oh, yes, you can. All right, Miss Hathaway?
If I can put on the festival, she could win the election.
Any riding a parade?
Of course.
Will lots of people see me like back home?
More. Millions more. Millions? She'll be on television.
Television? Me?
Color television, coast to coast. Right, Miss Hathaway?
Well, what do you say now, Granny?
I say let's stay here and be on television.
That's the spirit.
Well, then it's settled. Now, we'll be running along. I reckon what with putting on a Possum Festival, Miss Jane has got a few loose ends to tie up.
It'll be worth it. A thing like this could put Beverly Hills on the map.
Look what it done for Sibley.
It just hit me.
What hit you, Granny? Just drive the truck, boy. I'll find out what hit her. What hit you, Granny?
Why Miss Drysdale turned so sweet on us. Why she offered to keep the house for us.
Why did she, Granny? Drive the truck, boy. I'll find out why did you. Why did you, Granny?
She wanted me out of town so she could be Possum Queen of Beverly Hills.
You reckon so?
Why, it's as plain as the nose on your face. I knew she was up to something. I told told you we'd find sand in her sugar. Election ain't over. She ain't won yet. I'll stomp Beverly Hills from one end to the other.
Sit down, Granny.
So Miss Drysdale, and she knows everybody and her dog.
Just drive the truck, boy.
I've got experience on my side. I've run for Possum Queen 47 times.
Yeah, but you ain't never won.
It's true, Granny. Drive the truck, boy. Sit down, Granny. Drive the truck, boy.
No, the Clampett mansion is not for sale. Those signs were a mistake. Now, will you real estate guys please stop bugging me?
Excuse me, Mr. Drysdale, but Mr. Clampett is calling for you on line 1.
Beverly Hills Possum Festival headquarters.
Oh, how's the festival coming along?
Oh, beautifully, beautifully. Did Miss Hathaway get that parade permit?
She isn't back from City Hall.
Yes, everything's great. It couldn't be better.
Well, that's just fine. Now, we've been having a little family go-around. Granny says she knows why your wife is so anxious to get us out of town.
She does?
It's because she don't want me running again her for Beverly Hills Possum Queen. Ain't that right?
Yes, that's right. It was a dirty trick, and I'm going to see that she withdraws immediately and lets you win.
You tell her she ain't gonna give me nothing. I'll beat her fair and square in her own backyard. And furthermore, you tell her for me that she ain't nothing special.
Granny's a little worked up. Nothing she likes better than a good scrap. So you tell your wife to put on her rip-snortingest campaign, and may the best woman be Possum Queen. Bye.
Hello. Mr. Clampett. Hello. Oh, boy. Well, what do you want?
Do we get Possum Day off?
I told you that woman was up to something. I told you she couldn't be trusted. I told you.
All right, Granny. Now, here's a chance to learn her a lesson. Now, let's get started on your campaign.
Here's a girl with the good news. Well, let's have it.
The city of Beverly Hills refuses to allow a possum festival, a possum parade, or the celebration of Possum Day in any way, shape, or form.
All that good news?
I implore you, tell the Clampetts the truth before it's too late.
It is too late. Granny is all set to run against my wife for Possum Queen.
Your wife? How did you ever manage that?
Well, somebody has to get this show on the road. Now, let's see if you can hold up your end. You get over to that city hall and tell those jokers I want my festival.
Chief, I did everything humanly possible. I begged, I pleaded, they just wouldn't listen.
All right, I'll bail you out. They'll listen to me. Because I'm not going over there begging and pleading. I'm going in there demanding. I'll show you how to fight City Hall. Put me down! You tell those ward healers they'll be sorry for this. I'm taking my Possum Festival to Pasadena. You people here in Pasadena are in a rut with that Rose Parade. Every year, the same day. Now, here's my idea. Let's have it next Wednesday, and we'll call it the Possum Parade. Instead of a Rose Queen, we'll have a Possum Queen. Instead of that same old football game in the Rose Bowl, we'll have mud wrestling, rock throwing, ball calling contest, crawdad eating. Now, wait a minute. This could be a great thing for Pasadena. Ladies, it was just a suggestion. Please.
Oh, hey, I forgot. Can Granny hold her voting rally out in the bank parking lot?
Well, I suppose so.
Well, thanks. Oh, come on down and see the campaign truck. It is a doozy.
Howdy, Miss Jane, Miss Drago.
Greetings.
How do you like my bandwagon? Great crowd pleaser, ain't it?
Oh, indeed it is.
Folks are starting to come, Granny.
Gather round, folks. Gather round. You're about to hear the keynote speech in my campaign for Possum Queen of Beverly Hills. of my speech. Also, there will be free cider passed out. But just to get things rolling, I want you to hear a little of my campaign song that was wrote by my son-in-law here, handsome Jed Clampetts. He's a widower, girls. He's got more money than a dog has fleas.
Put the needle on, Ellie. Here's your choice for Possum Queen. Granny, Granny. She don't ride no limousine. Granny all the way. To stay come election day. The finest queen you've ever seen. Granny all the way.
I want to make my speech. Citizens of Beverly Hills.
Citizens of Orange County, for years now, you people have been holding the same old Orange Festival. With an Orange Queen, an Orange Parade. Who needs it? Let Florida have the oranges. We'll put on a Possum Festival, and a Possum Queen, and a Possum Parade. It'll be something. Great guns!
Now, folks, in conclusion, it's exactly 1 week to Possum Day. Who will be your queen? Will it be Miss Drysdale or me? The choice is up to you. But come election day, remember where you got the cider that we's gonna pass out right now. Let's
go. Miss Hathaway, is there really going to be a possum festival?
That, my dear Marie, depends upon Mr. Drysdale. Good luck, Chief, wherever you are.
Citizens of Apple Valley, have you ever thought of changing the name of your community to Possum Valley?
Oh, howdy, Miss Jane.
Good morning, Mr. Clampett. Jethro?
Howdy, Miss Jane. You're just in time for a doctor's examination.
Doctor's examination?
Twice a year, Granny gives everybody a good going over to see that there's nothing wrong with them. I'm next, but you can take my turn if you like.
Well, thank you, Jethro, but I just came by to have some paper signed.
Oh, hi, Miss Jane.
Greetings, Ellie.
Nick. Oh, just take a seat, Miss Jane. I'll get to you as quick as I can. Come on, Jethro, get a move on.
Are you sure you wouldn't like to take my turn? What about you, Uncle Jed?
Don't keep the doctor waiting, boy.
This apple a day stuff is just talk.
Well, how did your examination go, Ellie?
Oh, just awful, Miss Jane.
Really?
Oh, Granny couldn't find nothing wrong with me. She got all upset.
You sure there's nothing hurting you?
Positive.
I got some dandy salve here.
I don't need it.
Guaranteed to take the soreness out.
Granny, I ain't got nothing that's sore.
Put that on and come back tomorrow.
Mr. Clampett, I think that should do it.
Next! That's you, Jed. Come on.
Well, maybe Miss Jane would like to take my turn.
Well, I'm afraid I have to hurry right back to the office.
All right, I'll squeeze you in ahead of Jed.
I meant I have to get back there immediately. You see, Mr. Drysdale isn't feeling well.
Mr. Drysdale is ailing? Fetch him over.
It's just a cold, Granny, and that's one thing you doctors haven't conquered yet.
What do you mean?
Well, there is no known cure for the common cold.
You mean to tell me that city doctors ain't got no cure for a cold?
Well, they can alleviate the symptoms, but no one has a cure.
Well, Granny has. She's been making it as long as I can remember.
A cold cure?
1 spoonful is all it takes.
But the greatest research scientists and doctors in the world have been working on this problem.
Well, tell them to stop it. I come up with a cold cure 45 years ago.
You did?
Well, I thought everybody knew. It was wrote up in the Razorback Hog Breeders Gazette.
Right on the front page.
Those doctors and scientists don't read that.
How can I get the word to them?
I'll take that up with Mr. Drysdale.
Well, tell him to cheer up. Granny's going to cure his cold.
Yes, I'll warn... Tell him. Bye.
Bye.
He did? Oh, that's good. Bye. I'll have to start mopping up a batch of my cold cure, Jed. Mr. Drysdale's on his way over.
He is?
Yep. The girl said he's going to see the doctor.
All right, Milburn, you can put your coat back on.
Are you through already?
That's right.
What's the verdict?
You have a cold.
I knew that when I came in. Now, what are you going to do for it?
I'm going to recommend that you eat sensibly, drink lots of fluids, get plenty of rest. And in a week or 10 days, you'll be all right.
But wait a minute. Aren't you going to give me a shot of something?
Well, if you insist, I imagine I have some brandy around somewhere.
I mean a shot for my cold, like penicillin.
Brandy will do you just as much good, and it won't hurt.
What kind of a doctor are you?
I am a busy one. Now, I'll see you later.
Roy?
Oh, come on, Milburn. I've told you before there is no cure for the common cold.
Then why did you have me come over here?
I didn't. You barged into my waiting room without an appointment.
You certainly got me in here in a hurry.
Of course I did. The way you were coughing and sneezing around my other patients, you were a menace to public health.
What a dick! You haven't done one thing that I couldn't have done myself.
Fine. Next time, save yourself the $10.
Rattlesnake weed. Secret ingredient X4. Corn squeezins. Ellie, that's the strongest batch I ever made.
It'll cure cold in a hurry, huh?
I mean my corn squeezins. Won't know about my cold cure till it works for a spell.
Look, Granny, it's working now. They can hold right through the blanket.
That ain't my cold cure. I forgot to put the cork back in my jug. Where are you, Mr. Drysdale? Mr. Drysdale? Jed, I can't find Mr. Drysdale. You got him upstairs in bed?
No, Granny. It turns out that the doctor he was going to see wasn't you, it was Dr. Clyburn.
Dr. Clyburn, he ain't got no cold cure. He can't even grow hair.
Take that.
That highfalutin society sawbones, he mean-mouthed me, called me a witch doctor, and after I growed a crop of hair on that gourd head of his.
Yeah, but it seems that after a spell, all that new hair fell out.
I just grow it. I ain't got time to garden it.
Where you going?
I'm going down to that Clyburn's office, and I'm going to show him up. I'm going to give Mr. Drysdale my cold cure in front of everybody.
Now, Granny, you don't want to shame a man by out-doctoring him in his own office with his patients looking on. Why, it could cost him his livelihood, break his spirit in the bargain.
Yeah, I reckon you're right, Jed. Us older and wiser doctors should be helping the young'uns. There's a bond among physicians that's bigger than personal feelings.
That's a spirit.
It's a high calling, Jed. The art of healing.
Ain't none higher.
You know, we have to take a pledge to end suffering wherever we find it.
I know.
I'm proud to be a doctor.
And we're proud of you.
Kind of chokes you up, don't it?
Yes, for a fact.
Yeah.
Hot dog, you're out of the kitchen. Now I can eat.
Hold on, boy. You gotta drive me into town.
But Granny, I'm already 2 snacks behind schedule, and I'm starving.
Sorry, boy, this is doctor business.
And nothing comes ahead of ending suffering.
Good, I'm going in the kitchen and end mine.
You can hold out till mealtime and I'll get on this truck.
Okay. What if I pass out at the wheel?
You have a doctor sitting right beside you.
Where y'all go?
Granny's going down to Dr. Clyburn's office.
She is? Hey, Ellie, come on along and watch the fun.
What fun?
Why, the way that rascal mean-mouthed Granny, she's going to turn him every way but loose.
Yeah, he called Granny a voodoo witch doctor.
Said the only medicine she knows is saying spells and sticking pins in dolls.
Then she ought to wear a bone through her hair.
And a shark's tooth necklace.
Toad shrunk head.
Watching Granny and old Dr. Clyburn tangle is going to be pretty near as much fun as eating.
Now, just a minute.
Hey, Granny, you want me to fetch your shotgun? Or are you going to take him on bare knuckles?
Fetch your shotgun, Ellie.
Well, that's enough. Granny decided to let bygones be bygones. She ain't going down to Dr. Clyburn's toting no shotgun, right, Granny?
That's right. I'm gonna take him on bare knuckles.
Here it is, Granny. Roy S. Clyburn, M.D.
Now, Granny, before you go in there, I want you to promise me again that
Now, Jed, stop worrying. Now, cool down. I'm here as one doctor helping another to share the fruits of my medical research.
Well, that's fine. I'm sure he'll appreciate it.
There's a bond between all us physicians.
Yeah, I know.
It's a high calling.
True.
I'm proud to be one.
Hey, Uncle Jed, if there ain't going to be no scrap, can Ellie and me go get something to eat?
Yeah, this ain't going to be no fun.
It's going to be better than fun. It's going to be a lesson in folks forgetting their own feelings for the good of mankind. And I want you youngins to see it. Mr. Drysdale must be inside with the doctor.
I'll go take a look. You sit down. Hey, you in there, open up. Please, madam. You ought to wash this window. So dirty I can't hardly see to it.
What did you wish?
Mr. Drysdale in there?
No, he's gone.
Oh, well then you tell Dr. Clyburn that I got something for him.
Did you have an appointment?
No, but he'll be glad to see me.
I'm afraid Dr. Clyburn is booked up for weeks.
Well, I ain't gonna sit here that long. Now you tell him that Dr. Granny is here to give him a cold cure. Interested in stock, are you?
Yes.
Did you ever read the Razorback Hog Breeders Gazette?
No.
My cold cure was on the front page of it. You got a cold?
No.
What's bothering you?
Yes.
From the looks of you, I'd say your gizzard is acting up. Does it hurt you when I poke you?
Here she is, Doctor.
Hello, Roy. Say, I think this fella's got an ailing gizzard. Now, if you're busy, I'll take him in yonder and give him a good going over.
Nurse, show Mr. Parker into examination room B.
Yes, Doctor.
I didn't bring my bag, Roy. I'll have to borrow a few things from you.
You see, youngin? Granny and Dr. Clyburn is working together already. Let this be a lesson to you. If you're big enough to swallow your pride and offer your hand in friendship...
Put me down, you good-headed
Out, all of you, out! Oh, no, not you.
Forget I won't give you my cold cure.
Excuse me, Dr. Clyburn, but I'm disappointed in you. Ray. I am for a fact. Like I was just saying to the young'uns, I said, with Granny swallowing her pride and coming forward like she done in the spirit of goodwill, and...
Uncle Jed.
What?
Is the friendship lesson over?
I kind of think it is.
Hot dog, let's go home and eat.
Jethro, where do you think you're going? There's no medical buildings on this street.
Please, Granny, let's go home and have some victuals. We've been to 6 medical buildings, and not one of them's had a vacancy.
Boy's right, Granny. You just might have to do your doctoring at home.
No. If I'm going to show up that Clyburn, I got to have me an office in town.
Hey, Granny, maybe Mr. Drysdale's got an empty office.
Good idea. Turn the truck around.
Excuse me, Chief, the Clampetts are in my office.
Mr. Drysdale! Who's a better doctor, Clyburn or me?
You are, Granny.
Clyburn cure a cold?
No.
Can he make medicine better than me?
No.
Has he been doctoring longer than me?
No.
Can I have an office here in your building?
No.
No.
She means no vacancy. Otherwise, we'd be proud to have you. Proud.
There's a sign downstairs that says the penthouse is for rent.
Can I have it?
No.
No.
She means no problem. Miss Hathaway, see that the penthouse is made ready for the doctor immediately.
But Chief, you got...
Never mind, Miss Jean. Granny knows exactly what she wants. You got a whole family to help her. Come on, Doc.
Oh, Mr. Drysdale, I left your cold cure on the truck. But you come up to my office later. You can be my first patient.
Chief, practicing medicine without a license is a criminal offense, and if you rent her an office, that
Relax. She can't practice medicine without patients. So, we'll tell the switchboard operator not to ring, and the elevator operator not to take anyone up.
But
by tonight, Granny will be ready to forget the whole thing and go home. In the meantime, we will have collected the first and last month's rent.
If she does treat a patient, somebody is going to jail.
Oh, stop worrying. Your job will be waiting for you when you get out.
Any patients waiting to see me?
No, ma'am, doctor.
Any appointments?
No, ma'am.
Any emergencies?
No, ma'am.
Has the hospital called?
No, ma'am. Nobody's called and nobody's come. We might as well be sitting home in the root cellar.
Ain't right. Folks are sitting around Clyburn's office suffering. Here I am with 50 years of doctoring behind me. What's that I smell?
I smell it, too.
Oh! I got some stuff in the sterilizer. I'll take care of it.
Office and fetch back some sick folks.
Okay, Granny, see you later.
I need you to drive me.
I'm sorry, Granny, I got emergency here.
What emergency?
I'm trying to keep from starving to death.
You can eat later. Come on.
But, Granny, I haven't eaten.
Now, and bring my doctor's bag.
Yes, ma'am, I'm coming.
You may go in now. Examination room C. Mr. Booth, I'm afraid the doctor isn't going to have time to see any salesmen today.
Oh, but I have to fly back to San Francisco tonight.
Oh, Miss Murray, would you get me to Henderson X-rays,
Yes,
please?
sir.
Thank you.
Oh, Dr. Clyburn, I'm from Hencal Pharmaceuticals.
Another time, please. I've had a hard day.
But I have this new combiotic.
Another time.
I've been trying to see you for several days.
I'm busy.
But just take a look at my tetracycline combiotic.
I haven't time. Show it to another doctor.
I've been to every doctor in the building. You're the last one.
Then come back tomorrow.
Tomorrow's too late. I'll be gone.
That's your problem.
You poor man. I heard what he said to you, but all doctors are not like him. What is it you wanted to show him?
I have an advanced tetracycline combiotic.
Lord love you. I got something that'll ease your pain. You'll have to come to my office.
I can't come to your office.
Catch him, lunchmouth. There's no time to lose.
What about my case?
I'm taking it.
Dr. Clyburn!
That little broomstick jockey is practicing medicine. I warned you, Drysdale.
I warned you, Miss Hathaway.
Somebody is in big trouble.
That's you, Miss Hathaway.
Oh, hi, Dr. Clyburn. You want to see Dr. Granny?
You bet I do.
Well, just take a seat. She's busy right now. You too, Mr. Drysdale, Miss Jane.
You tell her I want to see her, and I mean I want to see her now.
What's all the commotion out here? Oh, it's you. Come to apologize, did you?
I came to see that you go to jail. And all I need is for you to sign a complaint.
Oh, I have no complaint. I've just been made West Coast distributor for the first cold cure in medical history.
You bean brain, there is no cure for the common cold.
Granny's got one.
I don't believe it.
My hand on the book. It ain't failed in 45 years.
Well, Clyburn, wait until the papers get hold of this. Doctor tries to suppress cold cure.
Wait a minute. Publicity. She really has an effective cure?
One spoonful's all it takes.
Well, I'll tell you what. If Granny will give up this office, I'll forget about everything that's happened up until now.
It's a deal.
But first of all, I want to find out more about this cold cure.
Come down to my office, Roy.
Yeah. Oh, okay, Milburn.
I'll be right with you. Don't forget I have exclusive distribution.
Granny, I apologize. This morning I didn't believe you. Your cold cure really works.
Positively, if you follow directions.
By the way, what are the directions?
Take 1 spoonful of cold cure, eat sensible, get lots of rest, and drink plenty of water.
And in a week or 10 days, your cold will be gone.
A week or 10 days.
That's all it takes.
Ain't failed in 45 years.
Can we go back in your office? I think I'm going to be sick.
Like best for Mr. Clampetts Corporation. Jedco, Jed Clam, Clamco, or JDC Incorporated?
I like Clamco Incorporated. It has a nice sound to it.
Then Clamco Incorporated it is. Now let's see. Jed will be president. Granny can be vice president. Ellie Mae, secretary treasurer. That leaves Jethro. What do we do with him?
Here's an idea. I'll marry him.
Oh, he's serious.
Well, if I may say so, Chief, he'd make a far better husband than he would a corporation executive.
This corporation is just a formality for tax purposes. I'll continue to make all the decisions and all the investments just as I have in the past.
What will the Clampetts do?
Attend a board of directors meeting twice a year. Slow down, you're coming to the president's driveway.
Come back here and put on a dress. Oh, howdy, folks. Be right with you, Director. Head her off, Duke.
You know, Chief, somehow they just don't look like corporation executives.
Did you bring your notary seal?
Right here, Chief. Ready to go.
Well, pucker up and seal off the wisecracks.
Oh, hi, Miss Jane. Mr. Drysdale.
Hello, Jethro.
You just missed Jed. He's out shagging Ellie.
Yes, we saw them.
Well, come in and have a cup of coffee whilst you're waiting.
Oh, thank you.
Good to see you, Mr. Drysdale. I'm sorry I couldn't stop before.
Quite all right.
Did you catch Ellie Mae?
No, but Duke's got a tree. Quick as I get my second wind, I'll climb up there and fetch you down.
Well, now, if you can take a little time away from treeing your daughter, I'd like you to become president of Clamco.
Oh, no, thanks, Mr. Drysdale. I ain't much of politics.
Politics?
Besides, I don't even recollect where Clamco is. You, Granny?
I think it's down in Pike County, Jed. near Flat Rock.
No. Clampetts is right here in Beverly Hills.
Well, now you best forget it for sure, because folks out here never vote for me for president.
Jet ain't fancy enough for city folks.
And if it come to making speeches, I'd be plumb pitiful.
Mr. Clampett, you don't have to win an election. Clampetts is a corporation, and you are its president by virtue of being the majority stockholder.
Here they are.
Sit down, Granny. Jethro? You too, Miss Hathaway. I have a feeling I'm going to need all the help I can get in explaining what a corporation is. Well, everybody ready?
Yes.
Yep. Very well. Start explaining, Miss Hathaway.
Ellie, come down out of there. Now, Ellie Mae, it just don't seem fitting for the president of a big corporation to have to get his secretary out of a tree.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about you and me. Now, come on down here and I'll tell you more.
I'm coming down, Paul. Are you sure enough going to be the president of a big corporation?
Mm-hmm.
And am I sure enough going to be your secretary, Paul?
Ellie Mae, you're going to be secretary for the whole corporation. I'm president, Granny is vice president, and we decided to make Jethro treasurer because he knows so much about ciphering.
Are we going to have one of them in their office like Mr. Drysdale and me one like Miss James?
Well, they didn't say nothing about offices. All we got to do is come to a meeting twice a year.
Oh, shucks, that don't sound like much fun.
Now, wait, Ellie Mae. We'll get you down out of this tree and into a dress. I'll see to it that we have offices just like Mr. Drysdale and Miss James.
Well, can we have one of them there dictate machines so you can dictate letters?
If it makes you happy, we'll have two of them. We'll both dictate letters.
Let's go.
Thanks for the lunch, Fleming. See you later.
Your messages, Chief. This one I think is the most important.
Who wants an office?
President of Clampetts Incorporated. And not just an office, but a suite of offices with 2 dictation machines, 1 typewriter for the secretary.
I can read. Pencils and plenty of ciphering paper for the treasurer.
Jethro.
A swivel and rocking chair.
For Vice President Granny. Now, I have checked the building. We could give them the penthouse executive suite.
Are you out of your mind? That rent's for $2,500 a month. Besides, they don't need offices.
President Clampett seems to think they do.
Well, he'll just have to be talked out of it, and I'll get him on the phone. And when you get him, talk him out of it.
Oh, gee.
I have to do everything myself. Am I surrounded by jellyfish? Am I the only one with the courage to...
Howdy, folks. Just wondered how my new offices was coming along.
Fine, just fine. I'm giving you the best in the building. The penthouse executive suite.
Don't have to be nothing fancy.
Only the best for President Clampett. How soon those offices be ready, Miss Hathaway?
I think an hour should do it.
Well, speed it up. Anything else you'd like?
Well, to tell you the truth, there is. I always had a kind of a hankering for one of them fancy leather lunch boxes like you two.
Miss Hathaway, take care of that. A fancy leather lunchbox with Mr. Clampett's name on it.
Yes, sir.
Well, sure do thank you. See you in about an hour.
We'll be looking for you, President.
Welcome to the Loyal Order of Jellyfish.
You have your notary seal handy?
Yes, sir.
Pucker up and use it.
Granny, you are gussied up to a fare thee well.
Don't you forget it, boy. I am the vice president of a big corporation.
Yes, ma'am.
Confidentially, Jethro, what does a vice president do?
I ain't sure. Reckon we'll find out when we get down to the office.
I reckon. What's that?
Well, I don't know. Fella just delivered it for Uncle Jed.
Open it up, Jethro. I think I know what it is. Yep. It's my new fancy leather lunchbox. You got my name on it.
Oh, we ain't that a dandy.
Sure is pretty.
How'd I look?
You look like a big, important corporation president.
That's a fact, Jed. You just fill that lunchbox with ham hocks and black-eyed peas and chitlins, and you can hold your own with any of them.
We ought to be getting down to the office. Jethro, you ready to commence treasuring?
Yes, sir. I'm going to cipher up a storm. I even borrowed a geometry book.
What's geometry?
Oh, it's clean other side of arithmetic. It's so deep even I don't understand it for sure.
Well, you can study up on it, Granny. You all set the vice president?
Soon as I know what that is, yeah.
Well, here comes our secretary.
She looks like she's dressed for a dance.
Don't she? Leastways, she's wearing a dress and acting like a lady.
Hey, Paul, let's get down to the cooperation so we can commence the dictating something. I figured you'd want me to wear one of these here dresses that Morris made for me.
Does you proud, Ellie. You're prettier than a Christmas package.
Well, you are too, Paul. You too, Granny, and Jethro.
Yeah, I reckon we's as fine-looking gaggle of corporation executives as you'd see in New York, Joplin, any of them big cities. Let's go.
People stopping and staring at us.
Well, Granny, I reckon it ain't every day the folks along Wilshire Boulevard gets to look at a whole corporation in one bunch like this.
Well, I wish them men would quit whistling at me.
Yeah, it isn't mighty disrespectful, you being a vice president and all.
Jed, what does a vice president do?
Well, Granny, quick as we get to the office, treasurer will look it up for you in one of them dictionaries, won't you, Jethro?
If I can squeeze it in with my geometry. It's awful deep, Uncle Jed. Listen to this. The square of the hypotenuse of a right triangle is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides.
Doggies, will you listen to that?
What does it mean?
You wouldn't understand it, Ellen May. You're just a secretary.
What do you mean?
And now let's have no squabble between the secretary and the treasurer.
Or you'll get flunked by the vice president. Fill your leather lunchbox with victuals.
Oh, I'm just toting for practice, Granny.
Well, whereabouts is our offices, Paul?
Well, Mr. Drysdale's giving us what they call a penthouse.
What's a penthouse?
I reckon we'll find out directly. Come on, everybody.
Come on, Granny.
If this is a penthouse, you can have it.
Come on back, Granny. Granny! Come here.
Jed, I ain't a-going.
You come on back.
I ain't a-going in there, Jed. It ain't big enough for us. There's no windows in it. We'll suffocate.
Granny, this ain't the penthouse. This here is an elevator.
This is how you get to the penthouse.
This thing grabbed me. Let go of me. You want to revive me?
That's your back, Jethro.
Jethro! You put down, you big lummox. Put me down. I ain't going in here.
Come on in, Granny. It's all right.
I changed my mind. I don't want to be no vice president. I want to go home.
We won't let nothing happen to you, Granny.
You see, Ellie Mae ain't scared.
That thing didn't grab her.
Set her
It
down.
grabbed me.
Set her down, Jethro.
It's moving.
Hey, Granny, why are you staying in there?
I'm going back down and get my stomach.
Come on now, don't be scared.
What's Clamco Inc., Paul?
Well, Clampco's the name of our corporation.
Is we gonna make ink?
For all I know, we might be going to make Clampco's. Mr. Drysdale didn't say for sure.
Look at Uncle Jed's name written on that door in gold.
Jethro, I want you to get a hold of some paint. Put the rest of your names up there, same as mine. We's all in this corporation together.
Not me. I quit when I was being yanked up in that oversized well bucket. I guess I can find me some stairs. I'm going home.
Look, Granny, don't you want to stay and see your office?
No, I don't. But I reckon I ought to stay and see that the rest of you is comfortable.
See, this here's my desk. See, I got my name on it.
No, and there's your dictating machine.
Dictating something, Paul.
Well, quick as we get settled and go to corporate, and I'll do that.
Hey, Granny, look at here. Vice President Granny.
Yes,
Jethro, Granny says she's done quit. Now, when you take her home, you bring back a can of turps and wash her name off its door.
Yes, sir.
Now, just a doggone minute. Who's higher up? Vice President or Treasurer?
Vice President, I reckon.
Well, then there ain't gonna be no treasurer washing off no Vice President from no door.
Jethro, come see your office. Got your name on the door and everything.
Hot diggity dog. Can't blame you for feeling proud, boy. Here you are, treasurer of a big corporation, not even out of the 6th grade.
Well, I'm going to work hard, Uncle Jed. Folks ain't going to say I'm a success just because I'm your nephew.
That's the spirit, boy. Get in there and get the treasurer.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Paul, wait till you see your office. It's a yellow speckled doozy.
Private?
That means can't nobody come in and bother you.
Yeah, let's get that off of there right away. Can't do business without folks can come in and talk to me.
Ain't this something, Paul?
Sure enough is. Well, there's room in here for all of us. We don't need them other offices.
Well, maybe when business gets to going, we'll need them.
Sure wish Mr. Drysdale would tell us what kind of business we're in. We're up high enough to be in the roofing business. Look down yonder.
That's a long jump.
I sure hope Granny don't try to leave without finding her stairs.
Kid Clampett, I quit.
Again?
Ain't you happy with your office?
I ain't happy with my job.
Vice President?
That's it. I just had Jethro look up what that word vice means. And I ain't gonna be president of no such goings on.
Uncle Jed, I couldn't find no turps, but I got some of that gold paint.
Mr. Whitland, Jed.
Oh, wait, I got an idea. Hold down this half of your Granny. We have this fixed in no time, Granny. There you are. Nice president. Enemy, you call Mr. Drysdale. Tell him the president, secretary, and treasurer of Clamco Inc. is rare to go to work doing whatever it is they're supposed to do.
That's better.
I'll answer that. You get out your notary seal.
Hi there, Mr. Drysdale. This here's secretary of Clamco Inc.
And the treasurer.
And the nice president.
And the other president.
We's up here in the penthouse raring to go to work, except we don't know what to do.
We'd like to talk to you, Mr. Drysdale.
He says it ain't time yet for a meeting of the board.
Tell him we get bored quicker than city folks.
Yes. All right, Ellie Mae, I'll come right up and explain everything. Bye. You come along. 3 miles are better than 1.
And so we see, from what I have pointed out, that the corporation tax picture is not only brighter from the standpoint of the maximum tax rate of 50% on corporate income as opposed to 77% on personal income, but also from the standpoint of the eventual possibility of attaining a long-term capital gain upon the ultimate sale or dissolution of said corporation to wit, Clamco Inc.
Mr. Treasurer, you hear all that?
Oh, yes, sir, every word.
You understand it?
No, sir, not a word.
How about you, Miss Secretary? You understand it?
No, sir, Paul. I mean, President.
How about you?
She lost me right after she stood up and cleared her throat.
Miss Jane, that was a dandy speech. But I'm afraid that I didn't cut a whole lot of meat out of it, neither. I suppose you understood it, Mr. Drysdale?
Not a word.
Chief!
Oh, I'm kidding. But I can boil her 10-minute oration down to one simple statement. You'll be paying less money to the government. Now, I make a motion that we adjourn so you can go home and relax and leave all the high finance to us experts.
Well, now, excuse me, Mr. Drysdale, but could I say something?
Of course, what's on your mind?
Well, now, I hear tell that the government needs a lot of money.
Well, that's their problem. Our problem is to see that they don't get it from us.
Why?
Why? Well, everybody tries to avoid paying taxes.
Why?
Well, great Scott, man. That's the American way.
Chief, perhaps you should explain to Mr. Clampett that it is perfectly legal to avoid taxes so long as we do not evade them.
Right. In other words, Mr. Clampett, the government doesn't want you to pay any more tax than you have to.
Well, now, if the government needs all this money and I got plenty, I don't mind giving it to them, especially since this country's been so good to me.
Yeah, you bet.
Well, the way to help this country is to put money in circulation. And that's exactly what Clamco is going to do.
It is?
Absolutely. That's what a prosperous business economy does. Puts more money into the hands of more people.
Well, that makes a whole heap of good sense.
I see you're getting the picture. Well, now, if you'll excuse us, we'll be getting back to the office.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Drysdale, for explaining it to us.
It's a pleasure. Goodbye, sir.
Bye.
Au revoir.
Well, I reckon we got our work cut out for us.
We sure have.
That's a fact. I'll say.
What is it, Uncle Jed?
That's what Mr. Drysdale said. We got to get more money into the hands of more people.
Oh, yeah. He said that. How are we going to do it?
Well, the first thing we need is money. Now, you and Ellie run down to the cashier, fella, and get a big heaping box of it.
Come on, Jethro.
Gentlemen, Clampco Incorporated, which I have the pleasure to represent as a director, is desirous of purchasing large parcels of income property. Hotels, apartment buildings, commercial property in your area. We have unlimited capital and we... Great Scott! Money! Falling from the sky, look!
I hate to say this, but I think it's coming from the penthouse.
Oh, no. They wouldn't. They couldn't.
They would, they couldn't. They are!
Fistful of 5, 3 more 20s.
Couple of hundred.
Hey, wait a minute. Hold on, Uncle Jed. I can't treasure as fast as you're throwing it out.
Don't worry about it, Jethro.
Okay. Look at he's gone. We sure getting a lot of money into the hands of a lot of people.
Compliments of Clamco Incorporated.
Wait a minute. Them people's getting it all. How about the folks over on my side of the building?
Help yourself, Granny.
Load me up, Ellie.
Granny, what's going on up here?
Prosperous economy. Come help me with my side of the building.
Wait.
Granny,
stop. You cannot throw money out the window.
not till I get some more.
Here's some more, Granny. Step aside, everybody.
Grass picking up real good. Spend a box of money, Jethro.
Get bigger bills. It makes them much happier.
Cheap shop. So they gave away $27,000. They can afford it.
I know, but the way they did it, it's not deductible. Now Jed wants to dissolve the corporation.
Did he give you a reason?
No. He just said if he couldn't give money away, that he'd just as soon forget it.
Head her off, Duke. Ellie, you come back here and put on a dress. Howdy, folks. Be with you directly. Head her off, Duke. Ellie, come down out of there.
I ain't gonna do it, Paul.
Well, Chief, if I may venture an observation, it looks as though Clampco Incorporated is up a tree.
Here's your notary seal.
Pucker up.
Exactly. And Clampco that wise mouth.
What is it, Granny? What's missing?
I knowed I should have kept it under lock and key. Letting it lay out there in the open like that was too much temptation.
Well, what's missing, Granny?
They didn't even touch the silver. Headed right for the valuables. Over 50 bars of my homemade life soap.
Granny, good as it is, I don't know nobody who'd risk jail to steal your soap.
Just name any movie star. Why, they'd do worse than that. To get my skincare beauty secret?
My soap?
Of course. Ellie, tell your pa why my skin looks the way it does today.
I suppose it's because you've been out in the sun and the wind too long.
Who asked you?
You did, Granny.
Ellie, you seen any strangers prowling around Granny's live soap?
Or movie stars?
No, but Jethro toted it all out of there. Maybe he's seen somebody.
What?
Jethro took it?
Yes, sir. He says for his nude business, there ain't no soap can touch it.
New business?
With my life soap? What's he gonna do? Skin beautifying?
No, he's opening a car wash.
All right, Bessie, we's all set for my grand opening. You ready to take off with my advertising campaign? What do you mean, no? All you gotta do is float up a couple 1,000 feet and toss out these handbills.
Jethro!
Howdy, old Jet. I was gonna wait till I had the first customer before I called you, but what do you think of my new car wash?
What? Sometimes you act like you got grits for brains. You know how many of these places there already is in Beverly Hills?
Not like mine. This is the only one in the whole world that'll wash your car in just 5 seconds.
It is.
Yeah, that's because I'm the only fella that's smart enough to think of dunking them.
Dunking them?
It gets the car spanking clean, top and bottom. It's my own invention. You see, I just put the car in them chains over yonder and hoist it up with them ropes. It's hooked up to this block and tackle at either end. Then I just haul the car out over the water and slacken off and drop it in. Then I just slush it around a little bit and lift it out over to this side and let it drip dry. How about that? And what's more, for 10 cents extra, I clean the whole inside of the car, too. I just leave the windows open. What's the matter? I forget something?
For one thing, the shingle you're gonna need for your pants when Granny finds out what happened to her soap.
Oh, wait! That's the secret to this whole operation. You see, even in cold water, Granny's lye soap cuts grease just like that.
Boy.
Of course, it is kind of tough on car paint, too, but I don't care much about repeat business.
You got 24 hours to drain this pond, pull down them ropes, and get this place back to normal.
Oh, come on, Uncle Jed. I'm gonna clean up. I'm gonna set this world on fire.
You're gonna clean up, all right. Everything. Or you're gonna end up with a seat of your britches on fire.
Well, if it ain't the king of the car washer.
Oh, yeah? If I'd have got my handbills out when I wanted to, I'd have been turning the customers away now. It's all that dad blame Bess's fault.
What do you mean it's Bess's fault?
That monkey ain't nothing but a big hairy chicken.
Where's that soap filtering Jethro?
Now, calm down, Granny. I've already got to the bottom of the trouble.
That's what I want to do. Where is he?
I'll help you make some more soap, but you won't need them hickory hide heaters.
It's the young'uns that need 'em, and the woodshed. Then we'd see how much mischief they could get into.
Now, Granny. I think it's more like they got too much time on their hands. I might go down and see can Mr. Drysdale find something for him.
You're wasting your wind. The couple of times he did put 'em to work, they were back home the same day.
I know.
I figure betwixt Ellie's secretarying and Jethro's ciphering, they made the other workers look sluggish.
Oh, Granny, I think it's on account of they remind him of his lost youth.
Lost youth?
Yeah. One day after the young'uns had worked down there, he told me it was like being back in Wall Street on October Friday in 1929. Now that you mention it, when he told me, there was tears in his eyes, too. But I wasn't thinking of bank work. I'm hoping that he'll think of something more to their liking.
Well, you're going to have trouble with Jethro. I don't know of nobody that's looking to hire a professional eater.
Well, we'll come up with something. Boy's got good qualities. He's strong. He's eager. There's another good quality. He's clean.
Good morning, Miss Hathaway. You remember my nephew and namesake, little Milburn Drysdale?
How do you do, Miss Hathaway?
Hello, Milby.
His parents asked me to keep an eye on him for a few hours while they're gone.
Where have they gone?
Europe.
Oh, Chief.
Oh, I'm just taking care of him for the day. Tomorrow he starts boarding school. Milby, why don't you go in my office and play? I'll be right in.
Yes, sir, Uncle Milburn.
Oh, he's a fine youngster. A credit to the Drysdale family.
Chief, how did you get stuck with keeping that miserly little monster again?
just a minute, Miss Hathaway. Last year, when you took care of Milby, he was just going through a transition phase.
I know, like the wolf man.
Oh, come on now, he's a fine lad.
He is a grasping, avaricious, crafty, conniving little money grubber.
Yes, everyone says he reminds them of me as a boy.
At the age of 6, when other little kiddies were playing hide and seek, Milby had started his first business.
So every kid has a lemonade stand?
Milburn opened a pawn shop. Gee, he needs other interests. He needs to go places and do things with someone he looks up to. So someone big and tall and strong.
I agree. You can have them all day.
Never again.
But I can't get away. You've got to take care of them.
Not even if you give me a whip and a chair.
Well.
Oh, hello, Uncle Milby. I hope you don't mind my borrowing this book from your desk.
Oh, not at all, my boy. A sympathetic look at Ebenezer Scrooge. That's one of my favorites. Now, what would you like to do today?
Well, a real fun thing is making money.
Good lad. I'll bet you're saving to buy a new bicycle.
No.
Well, how are you going to earn all that money?
I could start by betting you $5 that in 30 seconds your face will turn blue. Okay? Barefoot around the vault.
I'd like that too, my boy, but I'm very busy today.
Mr. Clampett is here to see you.
Mr. Clampetts, a very important man. Milburn, please stop crying for Uncle Milburn. Mr. Clampett's my favorite depositor. He's got $70 million.
Something wrong in here?
How do you do, Mr. Clampett? My name is Milburn Drysdale.
Now, Mr. Clampett, as I understand it, you're worried Jethro and Ellie may have too much time on their hands.
Yeah, well, you see, there just ain't enough work on the place. Even with all the chores Granny and me can think up, they still got a good hour a day with nothing to do.
Water, Mr. Clampett?
Oh, no thanks, son.
Coffee? Tea? Milk?
Thanks. He's a fine boy. He has a great career ahead of him.
Yeah, he's already a pretty good waiter.
Pillow for your head?
Oh, no thanks.
That's fine, Milby. Now, why don't you sit on the sofa and read, eh?
Oh, it's all right. I have my bank book.
Well, now, getting back to the young'uns. Ellie is kind of a problem. You see, once you toss out secretary...
Yes, let's toss that out.
And when you come to Jethro, there's a... Say, you don't know anybody that needs a professional eater, do you?
No, but don't worry. I'll come up with something to suit his talents and education.
Good. Well, he said he'll take anything at all, as long as it's a executive job.
All right. Well, you'll have to give me a little time. We're pretty swamped here today. I'll even have to find somebody to take care of Milby for me.
Well, why couldn't he spend a day over at my place?
Why?
Please, Uncle Milburn. Please, if I can.
I think it'll be all right.
Yippee! Thank you, Uncle Milburn.
And you'll be giving Ellie a job at the same time. She'll be your babysitter. She's waiting outside. I'll go fetch her in.
Did you say a babysitter? For me?
Yeah. Here she is now.
But I'm 11 years old. Of course, I'm very insecure.
Ellie, you got a job. You're going to babysit little Milby there.
Howdy, Milby. You're the first human being I ever babysit for.
I am?
Yeah, but I ain't worried, because I'll just pretend you's an oversized monkey. Hey, Miss Jane, I got me a job babysitting
Milby here.
What can the chief be thinking of? All right, Milby, you win. I'll take care of you instead of Ellie Mae.
You've got to be kidding.
Come on, Milby. We called Granny and she's all excited about you coming.
I'm looking forward to meeting her.
I'll be up to check on you later, Milby. Be on your best behavior now.
Yes, sir, Uncle Milburn.
Well, come on, Milby. Boy, you're as cute as a little old bunny rabbit. Let's go, Milby.
Well, there you are, Milby. Make yourself to home.
Boy, would I love to go into the escrow in a place like this.
Sorry to disappoint you, Milby. It's got 32 rooms and 14 baths, but I don't think it's got escrow.
What's the matter, Jethro?
I'm mad. Before I even got it going, I had to shut down my 5-second car wash.
A 5-second car wash? Why, you could make a fortune.
Yeah, I know. Say, for a little kid, Milby, you're pretty smart.
Business is my middle name.
Hey, how much schooling you had?
I finished the 6th grade.
Hey, I should have known. You can always pick out the fellers with the higher education. I'm a 6th grade graduate myself. Hey, Milby, how old are you anyhow?
11.
11? And clean through to 6th grade? You must have started school before you could walk. Though she had awful easy teachers.
Granny. Wonder where she is.
I don't know. You try to catch her and I'll look upstairs.
Okay.
Granny!
All right, I'm coming. Where is the little tyke?
Hey, what you got there? What is all this?
Everything for the little young'un that Ellie Mae is babysitting with. I got blankets and bottles and diapers.
I reckon I didn't make myself too clear on the phone, and, you know, the baby we brung home is 11.
Well, 11-month-old baby will still need a lot of care. I can hardly wait to hold the infant in my arms again. Where is the little bundle?
Well, Milby is out with Jethro.
You left him out there with that big clock. Jethro, carry in little Milby and be very careful with him.
Really, little Milby is a big boy.
Here he is.
Hi. He is big for 11 months, ain't he? Almost as big as Jethro was at that age. Wait a minute. You ain't no little baby.
That's what I've been trying to tell you, Granny. Milby's 11 years old.
How do you do, Granny? My name is Milburn Drysdale.
You're named after Mr. Drysdale?
Oh, not quite, Granny. Milby's middle name is Business.
Milby Business Drysdale. That's a real high tone.
Come on out to the kitchen, have some milk and a piece of pie.
I wonder if I could have Jethro show me around the house first.
Well, all right. When you're through, come on out.
Hey, Milby, you mean you was turning down a piece of pie for a look around the house? I thought you was an educated man.
Look at this.
Well, what about it? Just an old vase.
It's a Ming vase.
Oh, it's for flowers.
Jethro, Ming is a famous Chinese dynasty.
Well, maybe so. But they's out of business by now. Mr. Drysdale says that vase is a couple thousand years old.
I'll give you $1 for it.
$1? For a couple thousand-year-old vase? I can't slicker you like that.
Then sell it to me for 50 cents.
Well, okay, sucker. But don't say I didn't warn you.
What was you heating all this milk for?
Well, I was expecting little Milky to be a tiny infant. And Jethro used to drink that much for his evening bottle.
Yeah, but you got to remember, even as a baby, Jethro had a mighty unusual hunger.
Yeah, there ain't many 3-day-old babies that can tie into a side of bacon like he does.
Especially when it was still attached to the hog. Seems like ever since, his body and his appetite have been trying to see which could get the biggest.
Yeah, too bad his brains didn't enter the race.
I believe it's Gainsborough.
I don't know his name, but he sure dresses funny.
I'd like to buy it, too.
Gee, Milby, you already bought an awful lot of stuff.
I told you, I'll give you a check when we get everything totaled up.
Okay, but Gee, I can't help feeling I'm taking advantage of a little kid. I mean, you're giving us $5 for this thing and don't even give off decent lots.
I'm buying it for a friend. He likes old junk and doesn't care what he spends.
Okay, then watch out, because I'm really taking you to the cleaners.
Swell. I'll give you $5 for the Gainsboro.
10.
$7.50.
Sold. Hot dog. Is my Uncle Jed gonna be proud of me?
Here, sign your receipt.
I can't wait to tell him.
Why don't you wait until you can show him the check?
Okay. When he sees what a business genius I am, he'll let me run a 5-second car wash for sure.
Yeah, I want to see that. Will you show me how it works?
Right away. I'll flag down the first car I see and be ready for you in 5 minutes.
I'll be in the mortgage department. There may be a foreclosure.
I hate to interrupt your fun, but don't you think you should pick up Milby at the Clampetts?
Why? He's probably having the time of his life.
I don't doubt it, being just one bootlick away from $70 million.
I'll pick him up this evening. Now lay off. He's just a normal, high-spirited youngster.
Is it normal to be kicked out of 3 military schools in 1 year?
It happens.
For usury?
I don't care what the law says. 80% interest on a loan is not unreasonable.
I give up. Apparently, Milby is more important to you than the Clampett account.
Miss Hathaway, when it comes to that boy, my nephew, my namesake, my blood, I don't care whose face he turns blue. I don't care who he swindles, who he cleans out. No, not even my biggest depositor.
You hear what I just said?
I heard it, but I don't believe it.
I must be out of my mind. Come on, we better get up to the Clampetts. When we get back, I've got to take a complete rest, a vacation. Somewhere completely away from finance, banking, money. Maybe I'll go up to the mountains. Pan for gold.
That's your truck down there?
Yeah. Them bubbles is on account of the engine still running.
What happened?
Well, I couldn't get no cars to turn in the driveway, so I used the truck. Got it out yonder, and the ropes broke.
And this was your 5-second car wash?
Yeah. There is a few kinks in it yet. Doggone. The engine just died.
Gee, I was counting on you hauling away the things I bought with that truck.
Oh, I'll get it out. Well, I'm sure glad I drove such a hard bargain selling all that stuff to you. At least I'll be able to show my Uncle Jed I've done something right.
But remember, you won't show him until I'm gone. You have the check, right?
Hey, how does a little kid like you get all your money anyhow?
I use my head. For instance, this morning, I got $5 out of my Uncle Milburn. Nothing to it.
How'd you do that?
Cost you 50 cents to find out.
50 cents? For a way to get $5? It's a deal. Pigeon, partner. Hey, Uncle Jed, Granny, I just found out the best way to make $5 you ever heard of.
Well, what is it?
I'll show you. I'll bet you $5 that in 30 seconds, your face is going to turn blue.
Jethro, I ain't a gambling man.
Go on, Ched. It's a sure thing.
All right, I'll bet you.
Okay, here we go.
All over my kitchen. How dare you come in here and make a mess like this, you big funnel brain!
Hey, no, wait a minute, Granny. I didn't
Hey, you big cabbage head!
Granny! Jethro, I told you to stay out of trouble while Milby was here. What have you been up to now?
Well, do you want to hear the good or the bad news first?
I got a feeling either way I'm gonna need my switches.
Now, you come on right over here and sit down. Well, reckon we might as well get the bad news out of the way first.
Well, it ain't that awful. It's just that I dropped the truck in the cement pond.
Where's the switches?
Stay right there, Granny. I'll fetch them.
Hey, now, hold on. Wait till you hear the good news. Oh, you'll forget all about the bad.
All right, start them jaws a-hopping fast.
Yeah, well, you know how this house is full of bric-a-brac and junk and paintings and stuff? Most of it hundreds of years old and just cluttering up the place? Well, I unloaded almost half a ton of it on that little Milby.
You what?
And he's not only taking it off our hands, he's paying almost $200 for it. How about that? Look at there. The good news just knocked her right over. Reckon I don't get no switching now, huh, Uncle Jed?
Not for the bad news, no, but you're gonna get a first-class rump roasting for the good.
Hi, Uncle Milburn. Miss Hathaway, I'm glad you're here.
What's going on here? What is this?
I bought it for us. Every piece of fabulous antique. All I need is your check to pay for it. Partner?
What are you talking about?
You're gonna be proud of me. I conned it out of these hillbilly hicks for less than $200.
It's worth 1,000 times that.
I know. We'll sell it and make a fortune.
Yes. Yes, we'll get rich. Drysdale and Drysdale. Antiques. What? Oh, yes, of course. Get Mr. Clampett. Now, we'll see if you really bought this stuff.
I've got signed receipts from Simple Simon. You know Jethro?
Why, you little monster, you probably cost my biggest account.
Now, don't get excited, Uncle Milburn. How much do you want to forget the whole thing?
This is something you've been eating all your life, and you're not buying your way out of it.
It's gonna hurt you more than it does me.
Don't count on it.
He sure cleaned out the place, didn't he?
I'm just glad we arrived before Milby resold everything.
If the little fellow wanted it that bad, he should have asked. We'd probably give him most of the stuff.
It's Jethro's fault taking advantage of a sweet little fellow like that.
By the way, where's Jethro?
He's out back trying to get the truck out of the cement pond.
Just disciplining my nephew, Mr. Clampett. I'll be right back and make amends for all this. Get in, Miss Hathaway.
You must have spanked him good. We could hear him yelling clean inside.
That's not what he was yelling about. He's used to spankings. I got him where it really hurts.
What you mean?
I took his money belt.
Sam Hill. Well, this wasn't here when I left this morning.
Drop your gun and reach for the sky. Drop it and reach.
You tell me what's going on here.
Give the password.
Darnation, Granny.
That ain't it.
Enough of this foolishness.
Well, I had to make sure you weren't the enemy in disguise. When you're feuding, you can't be too careful.
Feuding? With who?
With the Beverly Hills smog goomers. And I didn't start it either. Here, read that.
You are hereby notified.
It says when I make soap in my kittle out back, that I am creating a smog hazard.
You will immediately cease.
It says if I don't stop making soap, I'm going to get arrested by the smog commissioner.
The violation of the
When
above.
the Beverly Hills say I can't make soap, then I say it's time to fight. Well, ain't you going to read it?
Yeah, when my eyeballs stop bouncing.
Jed, don't tear it down.
Talking, not shooting, is a way to settle these things.
Jed, we can't let them stop me making soap.
Well, I aim to see about that. Now, you tell Jethro to come out here and help me take this down.
He can't. He's busy making a feud.
Granny, have you got that boy all steamed up thinking there's going to be a feud?
I can't remember whether I mentioned it to him or not.
Hey, take a look at our feud tag.
I guess I did mention it to him. But, Jed, the right to make soap is one of the 4 freedoms, and we can't let it get trumped on.
Granny, there ain't going to be no feuding.
You just trumped on another one.
Hey, boy, lift this up.
I can't.
What do you mean you can't?
Fooled you. Take a look. I got levers hooked up to the shifts and the pedals so that I can drive and shoot from in here.
What do you do but steering?
Oh, this here's a tank, Uncle Jed. It ain't got none of them luxury extras.
Come on out of there, boy.
Yes, sir, Uncle Jed. As soon as I find the opening.
Jed, if I can't cook up my homemade lye soap, I'd just as soon die.
Granny, I told you I was going to talk to somebody. Jethro?
Uncle Jed?
What is it, boy?
The steering weren't the only luxury extra I forgot.
What was the other one?
The door.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir. I'm sure.
I'll go around back and fetch you a crowbar.
And Jed, we don't need no tank. Just one look at my shotgun and that smog commissioner will back right off.
Granny, go out in the kitchen and get you a nice cool glass of buttermilk. There ain't gonna be no feuding.
Granny, whilst I'm waiting, I'd sure like a cold glass of that buttermilk. Of course, I'm gonna need an extra long straw.
Looks like a barricade, Commissioner.
Yes, when Mrs. Drysdale filed the complaint, she warned me to expect anything.
I'd better handle the inspection.
No. You know, there's an election coming up, and I'd better do a couple of these myself.
Rough one. It's 402.
I know. Open wood fire with acrid fumes. Well, I'm going out in it.
Go ahead, Commissioner. Don't be a hero.
Everybody knows the talking comes after the fighting, not before. Smugglers.
You might need this fire extinguisher.
Thank you.
And, Commissioner, good luck.
That's the ugliest varmint I ever did see. Where's the shack? Come in, honey.
Mr. Clampett?
Drop it! That'll learn you to mess around with the four freedoms!
Get going! There's some kind of an animal in that cage!
Here comes the guy with the crowbar!
Let's get out of here!
That's him, Ted. That's the smog commissioner.
Just a minute, I want to talk to you. You won't get away with this!
He come up to me wearing a mask and pointing this thing at me.
Looks like things has got out of hand. We better get right down and talk to Mr. Drysdale.
Margaret, what do you mean Tinsley's going to stop the Clampetts from making soap? I thought you contributed $500 to his re-election campaign. That's why he's doing it. Miss Hathaway, get this jerk Tinsley on the phone for me. And when I stop him, I'll be home and talk to you.
Chief.
Don't chief me. Get him on the phone. Why, that cheap, double-crossing, two-bit ward healer.
But Chief.
Show me this Commissioner Tinsley, and I'll show you a fathead.
I'm Commissioner Tinsley.
I'm a fathead. What's that? Oh, Miss Hathaway was just showing me how well you'd look in a mustache. Quite becoming. Erase this, Miss Hathaway.
I'll come right to the point. I understand J.D. Clampett is a client of yours.
He certainly is. Oh, I just remembered. I have here a $600 contribution for your re-election campaign.
Well, now that's very public-spirited of you, Mr. Drysdale. Thank you very much.
That's my pleasure. Now, I'm sure you want to forget all about the Clampetts and this silly soap making.
No, I won't.
What?
Not only are they contributing to smog, but just a short time ago I got chased from their house at gunpoint, threatened with a crowbar, and grabbed by their pet gorilla.
Well, I admit they're not much at entertaining.
Listen, Drysdale, if these people don't cease all burning immediately and destroy their soap-making apparatus, I'll make sure they're thrown into jail.
Wait a minute, Commissioner.
That's all I gotta say. Goodbye.
What about my contribution?
Oh, say thank you again.
Chief, the Clampetts are here.
There ain't no time to sit around and jaw. We gotta commence the attack.
I'm sorry to cause all this ruckus, but Granny here is about to start a feud with the whole county of Beverly Hills.
What?
They may have us outnumbered, but we got a cause. The right to make soap.
Now, wait. If you'll just give me a chance to see the commissioner again and discuss this. Sure.
Mr. Drysdale, nobody hates feuding worse than I do. I tried to talk to him, but he wouldn't have no truck with me. I don't know what to do.
He'll listen if our our shotguns do the talking.
Granny, Mr. Clampett, if I may interpose a note of reason, in a democratic society, there are established ways to redress our grievances with public officials.
I already gave him $600.
I was referring to the ballot box. Mr. Tinsley is running for re-election. I suggest you participate in the campaign and attempt to defeat him on Election Day.
You mean me run for smog commissioner?
Well, actually, I meant...
We know what you meant. It's Mr. Clampett's civic duty to run. And it's certainly better than feuding. Isn't it, Miss Hathaway?
Well, it ain't better, but at least it's some kind of a fight.
Hold on now. I appreciate the thought, but old stump kicker like me couldn't win no election.
Oh, nonsense. Even if you don't win, you'll have gotten your issue before the people.
Yes, the right to make soap.
Mr. Drysdale, I don't think I'll...
All right, then. Let's go home and gather up all the guns and dynamite we can find. I don't need an election to get Tinsley out of office. I'll blast him out.
You know, Mr. Drysdale, on second thought, maybe it'd be safer for everybody if I did run for smog commissioner.
Wonderful.
I better run for Granny.
Hey, Uncle Jed, I'm back and we got this election in the bag.
Now, take it easy. The only reason I'm doing this is to save Granny from Beverly Hills and Beverly Hills from Granny.
Well, wait till you see what I got for the campaign. You're going to be a shoo-in whether you like it or not.
The only thing that matters is keeping Granny's mind off her shotgun. Thank goodness it seems to be doing that.
Jed, I'm ready to go.
Granny, I thought we was going to win this feud with votes.
We are. But this is for them that ain't got a clear view of the issue.
It stays here. I'm getting my votes like every other politician.
You mean we're gonna buy them?
No, but Jethro's got a dandy idea for drawing a crowd, and we're
Uncle
gonna...
Jed, here's your campaign manager with the posters hot off the press.
Let's take a look.
Jethro Bodine says, vote for Jed Clampett.
What kind of election poster's that?
Well, that's the only picture I could find.
Wait, you kind of tooting the wrong horn?
What you mean?
Well, shouldn't my name be at the top?
Oh, I got one of them, too.
Vote for Jed Clampett for smog commish. Jethro Bodine, campaign manager.
Some old printer run out of room.
Well, we'll save these for later. What you got in the sack?
Hamburgers.
Can't you get your mind off on food and onto this election?
Food. Ain't that something? And under the meat is wrote, Jethro Bodine, campaign manager. You want to see it?
I don't think so. Let's get downtown and drum up some votes.
Okay, I got everything we'll need.
Really, Chief, don't you think it's about time you started going to a barber shop for your haircuts?
What's wrong with this? I say the $2.50 and give you the tip.
Yes, 15 cents.
Ah, don't forget the nickel I give you for the shoe shine. The sideburns a little longer this time. I feel kind of sporty after solving a major crisis like the Clampetts.
You have not solved it. You have merely postponed it.
Oh, no. By Election Day, Granny will be sick of the whole issue and glad to forget about blowing up the county building.
Yes, but what about Mr. Clampett? He thinks he's running for smog commissioner.
Oh, so they put up a poster or two. At least they're staying out of trouble.
Well, I think it's the wrong way to handle the matter.
Miss Hathaway, I can't stand a barber who talks all the time. It's a beautiful day. There's a band concert in the park across the street. Wait a minute. What park?
What band?
Folks, neighbors.
Excuse me, Uncle Jed. That folks and neighbors just ain't got no class. You give me a little while, I'll write you a real speech.
Mr. Clampett, what are you doing? Well, we're campaigning, Mr. Drysdale. Gee, I hope we didn't interrupt your lunch.
Boy, you sure must be a sloppy eater.
We heard you praying and came right down.
We're drumming up a crowd so Jed can say a speech.
And it's heartwarming to see how the people's ready to support me.
They are?
Why, every time we play, folks try to drop money in my tambourine.
But we don't need it. Jed stands ready to sink all of his $62 million in this campaign.
All right, hit it.
We've got to get them off the street. They'll be arrested.
Perhaps if you suggested a campaign rally.
Good idea. Mr. Clampett, you ought to start your campaign with a rally. You know, a speaker stand, flags, crowds, the works.
Well, all right, Mr. Drysdale, if you don't mind us stopping traffic along here.
Oh, not here.
At your house, to show them you're a homeowner and a family man.
Yes.
Hey, that sounds like a good idea, Uncle Jed. I'm his campaign manager.
That might be fun at that. Well, don't you worry about it, Mr. Drysdale. We'll take care of everything. You just go back to your spaghetti or whatever it was you was about to eat.
Bye.
No,
Now you run along. There ain't nothing worse than cold spaghetti.
When do you want to have a rally, Paul?
This afternoon, Ellie.
I'll get some sheets to hang on the side of the tank. I mean the truck. And Jethro can print on them.
Well, Ellie can do that, Granny. I just thought of a way to tell the whole city about the rally on one poster.
One poster?
Where are you going to put it?
Up there. I'm going to skyride it. Hold this, Uncle Jed.
Writing in the sky. I think the boy's been blowing oompaws on this thing too long.
I don't think it's a blowing so much, Granny, as trying to get them hurried through these hamburgers. 3 hamburgers, everybody.
That's just dandy, child.
Well, I want to be all done before Paul gets back.
Ellie, go on in the house. Here comes the smog commissioner.
Well, I'll help you fight him.
No, he's all alone. Maybe I can talk him into conceiving the race a little early. Well, if it ain't the nice Commissioner Tinsley.
Now, see here, little lady.
Oh, I'm awful sorry about this morning, but I want to talk to you about the election.
Oh, that's why I've come up to this zoo again. I've heard that Mr. Clampett is running, and I want to tell him that it hasn't changed my position on soap making one bit.
Well, Jed's out back.
Well, then you tell him. He's wasting his time.
Oh, now don't yell at Granny. Oh, I'm sure you have a nice little old mama just like me somewhere.
Hardly. Your gorilla escaped.
Oh, that's Jethro, my grandnephew's invention. He's a genius, you know. Has a lot of levers and such, all rigged up so he can drive it from in there.
Really?
Take a look. It's fascinating. Where does your dear old mama live, Mr. Commissioner?
Des Moines, Iowa.
Oh, my. And how long has it been since you've seen her dear, sweet face?
Been over a year.
Oh, that long. How would you like to take a trip to Iowa and visit her till after the election?
What? Now, see here.
Yes, I'll drive you as soon as he gets back.
Granny! Commissioner!
Why, Commissioner, what were you doing in there?
Why, I don't know. Rally today. So that's it, eh? Thought you'd get some publicity at my expense. Well, it won't work. And as soon as I defeat you at the polls, I'll get the smog control to raid this place.
Granny, you shouldn't have done that.
It was for his dear, sweet mama. She'd have been so happy.
Paul, Granny, look! Jethro's putting Paul's name in the sky.
Danged if he ain't riding in the sky just like he said, with the airplane trailing smoke.
That's a poster you can't miss.
There's your name, Jed.
J-E-T.
That cluck. He ain't never gonna get to your name.
He's doing good if he finishes a picture.
What do you see, Chief?
Just some skywriting plane spelling out J-E-T-H. Probably some new diet drink.
Oh, let me see.
No, forget it. You've got a big problem on your hands.
I?
Getting me out of the mess I'm in. How could I know that Jed Clampett was actually going to campaign?
Well, as long as he is, why not try to shape him into a somewhat acceptable candidate?
Are you kidding? He's not political material. He's honest, straightforward, trustworthy. What kind of a politician would that make? And he has no sophistication. He's just a rail splitter, born in a log cabin.
Isn't his similarity to Lincoln amazing?
Who?
The man on the $5 bill.
Oh, yeah, Lincoln! What about it?
I was just saying that Mr. Clampett has a great deal in common with him.
Yes, he has. See, I wonder if with the right public relations...
Oh, Chief, I didn't mean...
No, wait, you hit on something. We can play up the log cabin, the rail splitting, the honesty bit. Oh, what a campaign!
For a small commissioner?
Oh, that's only the beginning. With this gimmick, there's no telling how far he can go. Mayor, state senate, governor's mansion.
Chief.
From there, it's only a hop to the White House. Honest Jed Clampett, President of the United States. And I'll be right there beside him, Secretary of the Treasury. The Mint is my playground. A summer home at Fort Knox.
Now, lie down. Let me put this bag of silver dollars on your forehead.
Well, I reckon we better forget about having the rally today.
Yeah, we ain't gonna get no big crowds with that. Jethro's lost without an eraser.
Don't nobody say nothing.
Hold on, boy. You done your best.
Dumb old pilot. He weren't no help spelling at all. Couldn't draw neither.
Don't take it so hard. We'll have that rally.
Yeah, but I was all ready for it today. Done got a speech wrote up for you and everything.
Ellie Mae, go and see can you cheer him up.
Yes, sir, Paul. Let's hear the speech, Jed.
All right. Looks like a dandy. Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ear.
Got a nice ring to it.
Yeah, boy ain't much good at drawing, but he sure can write good.
Read the part about making my soap.
All right, here it is. To make soap or not to make soap? That is the question. Doggy.
Mr. President.
Chief, remember, small commissioner first. Did you have your rally?
Well, we wanted to, but nobody got the word.
Oh, what happened?
Them ain't thunderclouds up there.
Well, we're going to have it. Jethro'll be heartbroken if we don't.
Mr. Clampett, you're going to be on television. We've arranged for a great debate with Tinsley.
Well, good. I got a dandy speech here.
No. This is a debate, and I know just how we can nail him.
I had him nailed in the back of the truck.
What were you saying, Mr. Drydale?
Anti-smog devices.
During Commissioner Tinsley's 3 years in office, he failed to come up with a single device to eliminate contaminants from automobile exhausts.
Well, I hope that ain't part of the job. I couldn't build one either.
No. I meant...
I bet Jethro could.
Yeah, I'm going to put him on that. He's a genius when it comes to inventing things.
Good. Well, I'll pick you up tomorrow for the debate. Oh, and I have some things in the car for you. Help me, Miss Hathaway.
I hope you get to say your speech.
So do I. Listen to this. Soap by any other name would smell as sweet.
That's beautiful. Jed, it's almost time to go to the TV studio.
We're all ready to go.
Well, you've been primping them long enough.
Granny, may I present the next small commissioner of the county of Beverly Hills? Wonderful. All we need now is a beard.
Mr. Drysdale, I don't want to wear this.
I'll get it.
But you must. It's all a part of the campaign.
How do you do, Granny?
It's the small goober. Everybody out back. We gotta protect the soap. Keep the old fire burning.
Now, hold on, Tinsley.
What is this? I just came over to offer Mr. Clampett one last chance before the debate to withdraw from the race.
Running scared, eh? Now that you're up against Honest Jed.
I ain't going to do it. I don't care if it costs me the election. I can't try to be somebody I ain't.
But, Uncle Jed, we got the election in the bag. I done invented a smog device small enough to fit on any car.
What?
I never saw one that small. Why, that's amazing.
I tested it. It works. This is without my device, and this here is with it.
Filled it completely. What a breakthrough.
I'll pull the truck up front and demonstrate it for you.
We'll make a fortune.
Now, wait, Mr. Drysdale. If it's good for folks, we'll want to give it to the country.
Yeah?
Well, that's wonderful. In return, I'll allow Granny to make her soap.
What are you talking about? Mr. Clampett's going to be the new small commissioner.
Oh, no, Mr. Drysdale. If Mr. Tinsley will allow Granny to make her soap, he's got my vote.
No.
I never cared about running no house.
It's a deal, then.
Okay, Mr. Tinsley. Ready to put my device on the truck.
You're a genius. Building a workable device this small.
Oh, the device weren't nothing. The real problem was making the filter.
Filter? That's the filter?
Yeah, you ought to see it before I got it down to size.
Great Scott.
And you ought to hear the speech he wrote.
87 years ago.
Granny, just wait till you see how pretty Cousin Bessie looks. It'll cheer you right up. Come on, Skip. Fetch in Cousin Bessie. Oh, Granny, ain't Cousin Bessie cute?
Stop calling that monkey cousin.
Well, she's Skipper's cousin.
Get him out of here.
Well, Granny, I thought you was lonesome for company.
Not that kind of company. Get him out of here.
All right, yes, ma'am. Come on, cousin.
Granny, I got something I want to show you. You know how you're always talking about how lonely you are and nobody ever comes to visit you here in Beverly Hills?
That's right.
Well, them movie stars got the same trouble.
No. Movie stars?
Them poor souls are so lonely for visitors that they have got maps made up showing how to get to their home.
I'll be switched. Where'd you get this?
Well, they got their young'uns down along Sunset Boulevard, waving them and yelling at the cars.
They must be plumb desperate.
Look there. Cary Grant. There's Doris Day.
Bless their poor lonesome souls. I know just how they feel.
This goes to show you, Granny. By the time you get to feeling sorry for yourself, along comes somebody that's worse off than you.
Ain't it the truth? Jed, I've been wanting to have a quilting bee and a molasses stir-off. Suppose I invite some of them poor, lonesome movie star ladies.
Well, that's a dandy idea, Granny. Let's see who they got here. Joanne Crawford, Marlene Dietrich, Rita Garbo.
Can't you find any famous ones?
Yeah, here's one. Here's the biggest. America's sweetheart, Mary Pickford. Now, you wouldn't want to have molasses stir-off without little Mary, would you?
That's a fact. I'll have Jethro cut her an extra long sop stick so she won't get her curls in the hot sorghum.
Say, Granny, they got a lot of fellas on here. Why not have a barn dance and invite them, too?
That's a good idea. Is there enough fellers to pair off for a square dance?
Well, let's see. There's Danny Kaye, Ray Bolger, Bing Crosby, Fred Astaire. Might even be a tolerable dancer in the bunch.
I hope so. I've just been itching to have a good old-fashioned window rattling hoedown.
Me too.
Sid, come on. Let's commence calling on them poor, lonesome movie stars and invite them to our dance.
Well, you and Jethro are going to have to do that, Granny. I'm waiting for Miss Drysdale to come over and see me.
What about?
Well, she wants me to put some money in a new business she's starting, something called Beverly Hills Ballet Company.
What's a ballet company?
Company makes ballets, I reckon, whatever they are.
Invite her to our dance.
I will.
Up we go, down we go, up we go, up we go, down we go.
Maestro, bravo! Divine, mes chers. Oh, Maestro, the Beverly Hills Ballet Company is going to be without peer.
At the moment, it is without money. We need more dancers, more costumes, musicians, a theater, everything.
Yes, I know. I've set my goal at $200,000.
And you are nearing this goal?
I need only one more donation.
Do you hear that, my children? One more. Run, leap, jump, work, dance.
But, Maestro, I haven't finished. That one donation must be for 190,000.
Save it. Rest.
However, there is a man, Mr. J.D. Clampett, who could pledge that amount and never miss it.
Well, what are we waiting for? Run, leap, jump, what? No, not you, not you. Her. Go see this gentleman.
Gentleman? He's a crude, crass lout of a hillbilly. He's never even seen a ballet.
Well, we're even. I have never seen $190,000.
Oh, greetings, Maestro. And a happy arabesque to you, mes enfants. Mrs. Drysdale, your husband grows impatient for lunch, and we have to make a stop at the Clampetts first.
Oh, dear, I dread this ordeal. Au revoir, Maestro.
Madame.
Au revoir, live spirits.
Back so soon, Granny?
Hey, Paul's got some dead and you called for the square dame.
You run into trouble?
How many movie stars did you see?
I didn't see none.
Well, how come? Didn't Jethro take you around to all the homes?
Oh, yeah. Must have been to a dozen of them. With love in my heart and a smile on my face. And what do you think I got for my trouble? I got door slam, butler sassed, and dog bit.
Dog bit?
Yeah, dog bit.
Come on, Margaret.
Milburn, I can't do it. You asked them to pledge the money. Or Miss Hathaway.
No, sir. For 2 years, you've done nothing but mean-mouth the Clampetts. Now that you want their money, you can jolly well sweet-mouth them.
But the money is not for me. It's to bring the ballet to Beverly Hills.
Well, I don't care if it's to bring the Beatles to Bel Air.
What tarnation is going on?
Stand clear down there.
Granny, what are you doing?
I'm moving back home, that's what I'm doing. Have Jethro commence loading up my stuff. The quicker I get out of Beverly Hills, the better.
What's going on, Paul?
Here, Granny's moving out again. You get this stuff picked up, I'll go talk to her.
That's it, Bessie. You help me.
Please come with me, Milburn.
No, Margaret. This is something you must do. And do it fast. I'm late for lunch.
Chief, if I may interpose a word of reason,
You may wait in the car, Cicero. Now, you'll find out for yourselves that the Clampetts are not what you accuse them of being, but kind, gentle, generous people.
Well, howdy there, Miss Drysdale. Come right in. Would you like to meet Cousin Bessie?
Yes, indeed. Any member of your family is a friend of mine.
Here she is.
What a charming little cousin.
You like her?
She's adorable.
You're that Bessie? Give Miss Drysdale a kiss.
No.
Well, she don't mind.
Thank you. Where's your father?
Oh, he's in the zoo.
Not her father, yours.
Oh, he's upstairs in Granny's room. Go right on up.
Mr. Clampett, Granny, may I speak to you about the ballet?
How would you like to have the door slammed in your face? Get chased off the property? How would you like to have the dog sicked on you?
Margaret, I'm late for lunch. Where are you going?
Shall I follow you?
No, the food's better downtown.
Paul, Granny's coming to get the rest of her things. You ain't gonna let her go back home, are you?
Don't worry about it, Ellie. I had Jethro hide the truck. If Granny's coming, you better hide Cousin Bessie.
Thought you could stop me by hiding the truck, huh? Well, it didn't work. I'm moving back home in the wheelbarrow.
That's a far piece from Beverly Hills, Granny.
Ain't far enough to suit me. Who told you you could lay on my bed?
Same fella told you could take my wheelbarrow.
Oh. Now to this place. Getting out of here right now. Beverly Hills. Beverly Hills. Movie stars. Invited them to my molasses stirrup. Beverly Hills. Who showed up? What kind of people are there here? Place is full of smog. Can't get out of here soon enough to suit me. Been here too long as it is. That's what I'll do. Kick me out of the...
All is not lost. Contrary to what Mrs. Drysdale has told you, Mr. Clampett is a man of vision and intelligence. Once he has been exposed to the beauty of the ballet, he will gladly pledge the money.
Do you think so?
I am positive. Take some of your dancers, speed to his mansion, and reveal to him the poetry of motion that is ballet.
Yes, that's what we're going to do. We're going to do.
This wheelbarrow holds more than the truck. Have I forgot anything? Oh, yeah. What the? That's the first one of them that ever grabbed me back. That little varmint grabbed all of my stuff under the bed.
Good, my children. You must be as supple as gazelles.
Now, Granny, don't judge a whole town by a few butlers. A place the size of Beverly Hills is bound to have some nice folks.
If they is, I ain't met them.
Now, Granny, you're going home to a lot of ice and snow. Just come over here and look at our flowers and green grass and nice leafy trees.
What's wrong, Paul?
Just when I'm trying to sell Granny on Beverly Hills, some darn fool neighbor commences running around in his underwear. It's worse than I thought. Now he's chasing a girl, and she ain't got no clothes on neither.
What happened?
He caught her.
I shall try another door. Keep supple, my gazelles. Dance.
Now he's after two of them. Run, girls, I'll hold him while she get away.
Maestro!
Well, leastwise, I scared him off. Now, quick, get into your clothes.
These are all the clothes we have. We're ballerinas.
Both of you?
Yes. She's Margot and I'm Diane.
Pa, Granny's got a wheelbarrow loaded and fixing to leave.
All right, Ellie. Take care of these girls. Get them some clothes. They's the ballerina sisters.
Get down from there, you hairy little hitchhiker.
Now, Granny, listen to reason. You can't get this load out of the house, much less over the Rocky Mountains.
We'll see about that.
I declare you are the muliest little woman.
Pa, come quick.
Now, you stay here. I got more trouble than I know how to handle.
I ain't staying anywhere. And you're gonna have push when we get to the Rockies.
Hey, where's the girl? What are you doing in here?
That fella in his underwear's come back.
Uh-oh. Oh, good. You caught the rascal. I want to thank you for pitching in and helping. I'm Jed Clampett.
You are Mr. Clampett. Do you hear that, my children?
Oh, are all three of these young'uns yours?
Yes. I will have them dance for you, and then perhaps you will give us the money we so desperately need. Come, children. Dance.
Oh, no, they don't have to dance. I'll be glad to help you. Just keep it kind of quiet and step over here out of sight. I don't want Granny to see the way they dressed. Or undressed.
So you're the one that's holding me back. Let go, you grabby little goomer. You're riding free as it is.
Yeah, I can see where you need money to buy clothes and all. How much you think it'll take?
$190,000.
$190,000? For these three young'uns?
Oh, no. I hope to have 50.
50? You spoke to your wife about this?
Of course.
Well, hoping and having is two different things. Here's $35 or $40. You're welcome to it.
But this is nothing. We must have beautiful clothes made. We must have an orchestra to play for us. We must have our own theater.
Mister, I can see there's something you ain't learned yet. You gotta crawl before you can walk.
Wow! Granny's trying to come down them stairs with that wheelbarrow full of...
You all right, Granny?
Of course I'm all right. Well, don't stand there. Help me load up. I aim to make the state line by dark. You shut up.
$35. It is an insult. I should throw it in his face.
Where to, Mac?
The nearest drive-in. We're starving.
No wonder that feller is out begging.
Who, Paul?
That Mr. Ballerina. His young'uns ain't got clothes on their backs, and he's spending his money on taxi cabs.
Mr. Clampett! Mr. Clampett!
Oh, howdy, Miss Drysdale. I've been expecting you since morning.
I came earlier, but Granny drove me away.
I'm sorry about that. She's been madder than a stepped-on cat all day. Now, let's see. You've been wanting me to give you some money for your ballet company.
Oh, Mr. Clampett, would you help us?
Why, you bet I would. Oh, by the way, what is a ballet?
It's the most beautiful form of the dance.
Dance, huh?
It's something Beverly Hills has needed for a long time.
I couldn't agree with you more. You fixing to have one?
If you'll give me the money.
You got it. This ballet might be just a ticket to keep Granny from moving out. She's pretty near as fond of dancing as she is of scrapping.
I'll go home and get a pledge.
Pledge?
Yes, everyone who participates is required to sign a pledge.
Well, sounds like a good idea. I always did say, dancing and drinking don't mix.
Granny, please don't go. Paul, don't let Granny go.
Well, I don't blame her, Ellie. If I was Granny, I wouldn't want to get showed up myself.
Showed up by who? Doing what?
Miss Drysdale, dancing.
That woman ain't never seen a day she could outdance me.
This is stuff you don't know, Granny. It's something called ballet. I gotta brush up on it myself.
I couldn't ballet better than that. I'd give up.
Oh, you know the dance.
I was balleting long before you or Miss Drysdale was ever born.
Come in.
Mr. Clampett, I must speak to you about the ballet.
I gotta talk to you first.
What about, Granny?
About the best road to take over the Rockies with a wheelbarrow.
Best road to... Oh.
Never mind that. Where does a person learn ballet dancing?
At a ballet studio.
Let's go.
Oh, but Granny.
Don't argue with me. Get in this thing and drive.
But Miss Hathaway, this is madness.
But listen, Maestro, she holds the key to the future of the Beverly Hills Ballet Company.
We're ready, Maestro.
All right, my children. Very pretty now. Entree.
courage, maestro.
Maestro, victory is ours. I have Mr. Clampetts' pledge. Dance. Leap with joy, children. Vive la culture! Beverly Hills will have a ballet second to none. Really?
How do you like this ballet, Miss Drysdale? Let's go, Roy!
Không cho mong người đích thì được. Chết lăm còn búm người ấy ạ. Anh không gặp nó, mày thế tưởng gặp nó gì đấy. Nó thắng tiếp rồi, nhìn trâu ấy. Nhiều tiếng nhỉ. Con xuống rồi ạ. Hai tháng sau dạ đâu ở nhà con có lò chiên rồi ạ. Con tưởng nếu mà không sửa được con mang lên ạ. Nó chưa sửa rồi ạ. Con bảo là nếu mà không sửa được con mang lên ạ. Dạ thế bọn con lớn khôn lắm rồi. Lớn khôn lắm rồi. $12 vàng. Vâng. Dạ vâng ạ. Chịu anh áp chết để vụt thằng kia mà không gặp nó ạ. Vụ đó. Hay, này giờ. Cô ạ. Bẹp. Xét 2 vàng là nhất không? Những cái tâm linh, những cái bạn nhỏ. Không, đây không những bạn nhỏ được rồi. Xuất sắc ma pháp của mẹ mỗi cái này thôi. Đổ bát xuất sắc, nhận quà 6 2 662 2 nước mắt, 4 nước mắt. Wow. Cái gì đấy? Nên lắp vội tí đồ đi ha. Đây, 662 còn đây 666 thì có phải là cái gì đó kinh nữa hơn không? Sao là thành vô địch ấy. Sao giờ này cực khỏe đang win trích của 666 nữa. Wow. Cực bình. À thằng này lõi vàng cũng chưa tận dụng được này, thằng này lõi vàng là ấy. Anh chưa có giảm hưu ạ. Hồi lúng đấy. Anh vụt thằng này, thằng top 2 cũng chưa thua à? Vừa nói xong nó thua, năm em vụt hết với thằng con lửa. Hèn làm bèo linh ký hỏa. Con mò hai nghe khẩm ấy nhở. Được đấy. Con mò hai thì là được đấy. Giờ anh vụt mấy thằng này cái.